You are now about to witness.
Knicks Real Talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't news on YouTube, frugal with stats as usual facts. It's your man, the brand is hands on, going hard like calluses. Who's style just aiming at the mental with the game analysis. On a pregame show, read the script, you know we get it like crypto. On the rip though, I side really cryptic, we locked them from the get go. On the Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT drip club leading up the tip off. We fuel by confidence, put your Nick content in beast mode like our charm. We a cheat code, we roll the ball too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Prior to Knicks going to the wire, hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, so we have popped up from the third eye. You heard why? It's the number one pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bro to the length of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding the orange blue sky. In the Metropolitan, we connect in the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms and passion. Fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Knicks shit assassin.
You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
Yo, salute everybody. What's good? What's good? Surprise! 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 The midday match. We in the building on the unusual time of the day, ladies and gentlemen. But I got threatened by Shy Power, so I had to come in here and get on. He was threatening, brother. I was like, oh, I ain't trying to go early. Anyway, salute to y'all, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. What's good, man? We in the building. Chris' dad playing hooky today early. Nostalgic playing hooky today early. What's up with you, brothers, man? Salute to my peoples, man. Real talk. Shy Power, what's good, my man?
Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the family in the chat. We just on here to get you from 1 o'clock to maybe 4 o'clock to get you ready to get off of work. You know what I mean? It is Friday. It's payday. Let's make it a rain day. You know what I mean? Let's talk about some Knicks talk. Let's get a drip. Let's get a talk about. Let's do all that good stuff. Let's get it, Divine.
Yeah, real talk, man. We in the building, man. We decided to come on a nice day like today, cold outside, warm in here. Get ready, get it popping. We call it the gear up. It's the gear up to tomorrow's pregame show. My man Chris Dad said, I ain't missing no money. I'm watching while I'm at work. That's hard right there. Like, I ain't missing no dollars. I love you, brother, but I got to pay the bills. Salute my man Chris Dad, one of our Supreme members always representing for us, man. Chris Dad, my brother, was good. But yeah, Shop, we just wanted to get on today, man. We had a little time, and tomorrow, big game tomorrow, man. Knicks going to ready go ahead to Las Vegas and try to win this, get into this thing, get into this cup thing, Shop out, try to make it to the finals of the cup, man. It'd be, no matter what time we want. Ultimately, we want the big one in June, but I take this one as well, man. Just to see that Knicks they're fighting for competing for something. So I'm really excited about tomorrow, man. But we just wanted to get in there and gear up, man, for a precursor to that. I'm really excited about it. I don't want time to tick by real fast because we get older faster. We get older faster at that they move like the way they're moving right now. This year's almost gone in 2025. And it's been a year just like so. But anyway, I really want to get in here tomorrow, man. Get in here today, man. Just have some fun with it. Got some things coming around like December 15th. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Contract that was signed this year can also be eligible to be traded. So we got guys that you never know what can happen on the Knicks team. They got some noise out there about players like Alvarado. We're gonna get into all that, man. But Shy Powers, talk to me, my brother. How you feeling today, man? What's good with you?
I am a little better, man. I was a little bit under the weather. Other day I left work a little early, had some stuff going on. But I'm feeling better. I'm not 100%, but I do feel better. You know what I mean? And I definitely want to get on here before this big game that's about to come up and talk about it. Let's build it up as much as we can because that's what Knicks Real Talk do.
Yes, indeed. Salute to my man, Doug Fred, AP, my man. What's good? AP was good, my brother. Good to see you. Criminal's dad said, I will blame KRT for any mistakes I make. Well, you stay focused, my brother. Hey, listen, we know you got mortgage payments and everything, bro. Don't get too focused now. And you got to let me chop out
for you. I'll be a scapegoat for you.
Right,
don't mean name, but hey.
Yeah, we'll take the blame, Chris. That, or if not, you got to get off and get on the rewind. But yeah, man, I really want that cup to APAP. I'm really hope we go out there and make it happen. And like I said, if it goes the way I think it's gonna go, it probably want to be a Knicks and OKC. At least that's my early projection. But I know that Orlando Magic tomorrow. We're gonna talk about a lot of this tomorrow on the pregame, so I don't want to give too much of the way. But we just lead up to that. I think tomorrow. I'm going to say right now, I think Orlando, obviously, they beat them the last time we played them. We got an injured player in Wagner, but they say he won't be out the season, whatever, this is spring. Just like Deuce McBride got a spring the same game. But, I'm quite sure they want revenge. My man throwing the ball at Anunoby, $35,000 fine, all that. So we're going to definitely get into all that tomorrow. But, I would want to talk about today is, like I said, in the next couple of days, at least the day after my born day, December the 15th, we got the trade eligibility situation going on at Sharp Howard, and we already got one name out there like Alvarado that's out there. If that's what New Orleans decide to do, I haven't heard Dante DiVincenzo. I'm just throwing it out there. I heard Clutch Points and somebody put that out there, and so Knicks got an opportunity to do something if they need to. Who knows? They might not do anything, but but at least we can say this here. We got guys that's possible Sharp Howard that could be traded this year if need be.
Yeah, right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 74 players that could be moved right now. I think it is 74, 84, 70. I think it's 74. I think that's the number that's sticking in my head. 74 players that could be moved. And at any given time, something could drop. You know what I mean? There's some gossips out there about KD going to not KD, I'm sorry. Eyebrows going to Atlanta. You know what I mean? Anthony Ambulance, salute to Roy Hebrew. That's the first person I heard call that name. Anthony, I love that. Yeah, that's some names that could be moved. You know what I mean? There's some things out there about a lot of New York fans like Herb Williams. Been talking about Herb Williams. I've seen in the chat a lot about Herb Williams coming here years before. Now it may be a chance that we can acquire him. So there's some things that's going to be going on, but I'm feeling good about it. I know the Knicks going to make some good moves. I believe in the franchise. I believe in Tom Thibodeau. I believe in Leon. You know what I mean? I think the Don is going to make sure that everything goes down accordingly. You know what I mean? And with Brock Aller on his side, I mean, what you going to do, man? As long as I've been watching the Knicks, this is one of the first management teams that is like, wow, man, look who we really got on our crew, man. We got Karl Anthony Towns, an all-star. We got Jalen Brunson, an all-star. We got Mikal Bridges, a defensive player, more than likely this year. OG Anunoby, more than likely if he could get the games in, a defensive player of the year. Mitchell Robinson, staying healthy, a defensive player, a mention, and a defensive player of the year. These guys, this is a strong team that we got right here, right now. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I believe it may be something that we can shake up, but I know one thing that I've noticed, everybody don't think that we can make a major move, because we also have to remember we have to keep at least 14 men on this roster so we don't go get taxed. And that's one of the things I remember from early in the season. We have to get to 14. We don't need 15, but we have to have 14 to continue to go without being taxed every 13th or 6 week. I forgot it is six games or weeks or whatever it is. So keep that in mind when you think about making trades and moving players and stuff like that.
Yeah, real talk. Hey, just real quick, APAP, that was a big loss yesterday, APAP for Boston. I was so glad when I read that. I was watching some of them. I was like, okay, they went into Milwaukee without Giannis and lost him. I don't think Giannis played him. I'm taking he out or something like that. But anyway, that was a big loss at APAP. I was glad that we got a 3-game lead in the loss column on them guys. But the good thing about that APAP, on the 18th, Boston played Detroit in Boston. Now, that's a game I want Boston to win, APAP, because they played Detroit on the 18th in Boston. And I think Detroit got Atlanta, not tonight, or I think it might be tonight or more. They got Atlanta. So, but that was a good loss, AP. I appreciate you putting it out there, man. That was for sure. But yeah, Superman size 9, everybody in the building, man. We just came in today, man. We had a little time on our hands. We just want to get amped up for tomorrow, because tomorrow going to be the one to pop off. You know what I mean? And that should be a good game, 5:30 game, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure y'all be aware of that. And that we will, be in at 4:30. But on another note, nostalgic. I kind of had that feeling a while ago, and I'm glad I could kind of communicate with the chat there because it's not like how we would say one of our structured programs. We got a freestyle in the day and all that good stuff. So I'm kind of glad we can get in here and just chop it up with the chat and everything. But nostalgic, I had a feeling that Yabusele might want to be out of here. But I had a feeling that I just don't think Mike Brown's system worked for Yabusele. And with all the talent on the front loaded roster we have in the starting lineup and all the versatility, I always thought about, like, you know what? I don't know if Yabusele going to be around, man. And that $5 million is easy to move. So you could add him with somebody and do something, or add him, trade him straight up. Like, hypothetically, you could trade him for Alvarado, but that makes us light as an upfront situation, unless you're going to get DeWarrick some burn. But then we heavy in the backcourt with we have Alvarado, you have Clarkson, Shamet, Dude. My man go back to being situational. Everybody kind of feeling him right now. Tyler Kolek. So that's crazy because the numbers work for him and Alvarado. You know what I mean? Money-wise in a sense. So that's interesting to how they do that, Shop, how they're going to pull off some of the stuff. But I do believe, though, nostalgic, that I think by the trading deadline, I think Yabusele might be out of here. I just thought that they signed him before they signed Mike Brown, to me. And I don't think that he fits Mike Brown's system. That's how I look at it, Shop Powers.
I mean, if there's a taker out there, he will be moved. And, he's starting to kind of try to fit in. But, yeah, I understand. The biggest thing for him, for me, is you watched him in the summer league in the FIBA or whatever that thing was called, and he was playing 30 minutes. Last year when he was playing with the Sixers, he was playing almost 30 minutes. So now to come over here to be playing 12 minutes is different. It's different. You know what I mean? It's a different thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's about rhythm. You get in there, you hit a shot, you miss 2 shots, and you might hit the next 4 shots. But if you miss the first 2 shots and you go sit on the bench, then what it look like then? So if it's viable for him to move, we can move him. I mean, we got Tyler Kolek and Pacone and him. That's what, $10 million right there. What's that, about 3 players right there? You could probably get about 3 players. You could sign a short end deal from one of the G League guys. I mean, you could bring up one of these guys, Alvarado. You could probably pick up somebody on the wire or something like that. You know what I mean? So you have a chance to maintain that 14-man roster and still get better. You know what I mean? And you also have to weigh into the thing about Landry Shamet. As much as I want Shamet back, if I'm not mistaken, he's on a non-guaranteed contract. You know what I mean? If they're not sure if he's coming back, he might get waived too. You know what I mean? To make up space, because it's all in or nothing. You know what I mean? I like Shamet. I see what he did all year, the beginning of the year, exciting. I wish he started like that last year, didn't get hurt. But this is the second year in a row that he's hurt his shoulder.
Yeah, and don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks might not trade nobody.
Right.
So
it might
trade
be
nobody.
Yeah,
they might be happy with the team they got. But we just throwing it out there because we know this time of year, this was coming up. We know it's more about the topic of conversation about what we actually think they're going to do. I literally don't know what the Knicks going to do. They have no idea, have no clue whatsoever. I ain't tapped in like that. You know what I mean? But I do know just from conversation and hearing noise at December 15th, people are eligible to move. And now you got to remember, I don't think there's no team, Shop Power, that wouldn't be willing to make a move they think is going to benefit their team. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And that's what we got to look at also, ladies and gentlemen. I like Yabusele. I think Yabo is good. But I think I said this maybe around the 3rd game of the season we was on the panel one day. I asked everybody on the show, who did the Knicks sign first? Yabusele, or did they sign Mike Brown first? And a lot of people told me they signed Yabusele first. So by them signing Yabusele first, Yabusele like, okay, I'm cool. But then when they got Mike Brown, that could have changed because of the style of the system, the minutes, the way they play. all that stuff. You know what I mean? And I can see how Yabusele's unhappy with the minute. I really do. I can understand because sometimes he don't get to play like 5 or 10 minutes. I would be upset too. You know, I'm like, okay, listen, I think I can go help somebody and get more minutes somewhere. You know what I mean? And I can understand that. And it might not be about the Knicks shop powers wanting to trade him. It could be a point that he just might be listening. I can get more production somewhere else. You know, and that could would have all be. I just think that Yabusele, to me, from the way Mike Brown liked to play basketball, it don't look like he fits their system. He looked like he's a half-court type player. He need to be in the system like that's how Philly was last year. Now it's different. Now they got BJ Edgecombe and all them guys running all up and down the court doing what they doing. And what's my man name? The young brother that was hurt, Martin. I think I'm saying the right name. McLean and VJ Edgecombe and all these young guys who can start flying now. So, you know, but now I think Yabusele's in a tough situation with when you got 5 guys on our Knicks team who starting can play first and second unit minutes sometime. We had to see how it goes. He's one of the guys I'm going to keep an eye on. I know Daddy ain't getting moved. I just don't see no way Knicks keep Daddy on that bench the rest of the year and not giving him no burn. That ain't even fair to him. Let that man go somewhere, try to establish himself on, even if it's on a team who's not going anywhere like Washington or a team that can use
anyway. Let him get some minutes.
Let him get some minutes. Yeah, because he's definitely not really getting no burn in New York. You know, so and that's gonna be interesting because you got guys like a lot of guys in the chat talking about guys like Dink Pate. I think McCullough Jr. gonna be that one of them dudes. I think DeWara will be one of them dudes that remain on the roster after the trading deadline. So I can see guys like them moving. As much as I love Tyler Colin, who do you think the Knicks might say, okay, I like Tyler Colin, but I like Alvarado. Homegrown product, defense with the best of them. You know, and that's what Mike Brown, the defense coach as well.
Shooting 38% from 3-point land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, his assist to turnover ratio, I think he makes 1 point something turnovers per. What was it? 30? I forget what I did. Yeah, you know what I mean. He doesn't turn the ball over that much. You know what I mean. He doesn't turn the ball over that much, and you know, if you want to make the money work, you got to trade those 2 guys. You know what I mean? Tyler Kolek made a good showing for himself. Now, and all the stuff that you're hearing coming out of my mouth today is not putting these guys already out there. I'm just putting these guys where everybody else is saying what could happen. This could possibly happen, and I just want everybody to be prepared because if you like him that much, do you really like him that much that once Shammer come back, that Tyler Kolek is going to be back on the bench next to Pacone doing nothing, sitting there like this? So I mean. He looks good the way he's like. Maybe they might not. Maybe Tyler has made the impact on the game now that he's not even for the money that he's making. Maybe he's a good staple to be that backup point guard in the second unit. He is a point guard. There's no question. He looks to pass the ball before he looks for his own shot. He orchestrates. I like the way he comes out there the last couple of games where he's been orchestrating, and then he'll make a move and go right to his left-hand side and throw it off the left, just like I go right to the left-hand side. Left-hand people like backboard. I'm just saying that on the left-hand side, the backboard, we like that shot. Shoot it off the jump shot or hook shot and bounce the backboard. We like that shot. He's been doing it. So I'm just saying, everybody's looking good. I don't know what they're going to do, but these are the names out there. I know a lot of people talked about Herb Jones. Alvarado's names out there. So,
hey, listen, here go a good one. Alvarado, Herb Jones. You can go Alvarado and Herb Jones money-wise for Mitchell Robinson and Yabusele.
That's a fact. That's about right.
I'm not advocating trading nobody. I'm just letting y'all see how these numbers can work out there. If the Knicks want to make a big move, they can go Yabusele and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson from New Orleans. But can you imagine Mitchell Robinson, Zion, Trey Murphy III? You see what I'm saying? So both teams get what they need. You know what I mean? You put Mitchell Robinson down there with Zion and Trey Murphy and build around them 3 dudes and bring in some more players because you're getting rid of some contracts. You just never know what can happen. I know they like a nostalgia. I would take Trey Murphy over all of them, but I don't think he's going nowhere. I think New Orleans gonna keep that boy. I think they'll keep him keep him and let Zion go because he's a
Yeah,
fella.
Zion's name is out there.
Right.
I don't know where he's going, but his name is out there.
Yep. Yo, salute to the chat, man. Let me get some people some love in the chat. Drip more, not lessons in the building. Size 9, my brother was popping. Danny Land was good. Jay Chosen, the chosen one is in the building. We hit you up in a minute, Jay, if you're welcome to get in. Queen Darlene, can't forget the sister, can't forget Brian Acosta with the super chat. This is just a freestyle show, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing set. We ain't trying to structure anything today. We just freestyling today, man. This is the gear up for tomorrow's game against the Orlando Magic. We really get a pop on the pregame as well tomorrow. But tonight we in here just cutting up, having some fun, talking some trade and shit like that. We doing things of that nature. Queen Darlene, my sister, what's good? What's good? Travel Vibes, my man, what's popping? Trav, what's good? My man, salute to everybody, man, in the building. Thank y'all for coming in on this cold day around the universe. But I'm excited about what's moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow gonna be a big game for us, guys. Y'all know. We got that Cup semifinal. I already got everything lock and loaded for that show tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all tap in tomorrow, man. 4:30 is the show. The game is at 5:30. Hopefully we can win that thing and get to the finals against OKC or San Antonio. And I understand why AP put San Antonio in there, because San Antonio got us what they got with Tim Duncan in 1999. I ain't mad at you for that, AP. But wouldn't that be crazy if my man playing Wembyama, is he back yet? If he's back, that's gonna be an interesting game tomorrow. But I think OKC gets it done. I hope the Knicks get it done. And we got OKC. We might have a precursor to the NBA Finals tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Not tomorrow, but the day after that. Jay, thank you, Jay. He said no. So I think OKC wins that. And I heard that, Nostalgic. I don't have a problem with Yabusele. I know we got to kind of get these numbers in there, but that's another player. Though they don't need no Mitchell Robinson over there, but I'm just about number one. Here's the thing about Mitchell Robinson, people got to understand. I'm not advocating this here, but any team would take Mitchell Robinson go to a team and don't even play because he got an expiring contract. You know what I mean? But DiVincenzo, no problemo. Who we going to give up for him? We had to see how many players. I definitely don't have a problem with that. Nostalgic. I think he come right in here and fit right in. He takes us another step higher. No question about that. For real. And he done been here, done that here. He know how to get down to New York. He one of them Villanova boys. I'm banking on DiVincenzo coming back to New York one day. And he might. You never know. We had to see how it goes. But that's what's so interesting about this thing, December 15th and so on and so on. That a lot of people can be moved. But Shaw Powers, like I think like Jay Choder said, we do need a big. We need a big. I don't have a problem with Alvarado for this reason because he's Alvarado. But I do think that if you move Yabusele, we get thinner, unless he's going to open up the doors for Dewara. And at the rate right now, the way it looks, I think Dewara can give you what Yabusele give you. I'm just saying. So it'll be interesting to see, man. There's a lot of noise out there. We're going to open up the panel in a few minutes, man, so y'all stay patient with the brothers and everything like that. We open them up in a few minutes. But Shaw Powers, there's a lot of ways the Knicks can go with this thing. But the first big thing is to go out there tomorrow and beat these boys and get them up out of here tomorrow. And I know they got revenge on their mind. We always talk about the big payback here. We always talk about the big payback when it comes to the Knicks beating the team that beat us. But now they might be feeling the same way. The Knicks just beat us last time we played them. They went out there and smacked Miami around. So they're gonna be looking to come here tomorrow and try to get it against us, man. So we just gotta be ready tomorrow for these guys to go out there and give them their business tomorrow. Microphone, OG.
My bad. I think that the Knicks are ready. I'm not worried about. We've seen them. We already played them how many times already? It's gonna be the third time already, something like that already. Four. So yeah, right. 3 times, and this plus this game, and we probably got them one more time during the year. So this is good. Let's get them as many times as we can to let them know that we here. We're here for the whole shabill. You know what I mean? We are here. You know what I mean? We might see y'all later on in May. So let's set some statements. You know what I mean? This guy want to get $35,000. What is it? 3,500, 35,000, whatever it is. Josh Hart go out there and get 50,000. Man, do something. Get yourself 50,000. We gotta do everything better and more floating on them. But I'm joking around and stuff like that. But I think we're ready. I think. The Knicks got a couple of days off. They got a couple of days to get a little bit more healthy, and rub on those sore muscles and stuff like that, those fingers and all these things that ailing us and stuff like that, and come out here today. Because I know, just like before the game, we're talking about that right now, but I know they're gonna be amped because I'm amped. So let's get it.
Yeah, real talk. They was getting down, man. They was in ladies and gentlemen. A real quick travel by. They definitely gonna be smoking a Magic Pack tomorrow. I think they're gonna go get it. But I know they ready, man. Because the other day they was in practice getting down. They was doing it. You know what I mean? Big Mitch was out there in practice getting down. A lot of people was in there. They was putting in work in the gym the last couple of days. Now they off to Vegas, man, and we got to go in there and really get this, man. I really want this game, man. I really do. I was a lot of games we can always want, and even though it's regular season, but it's still they playing for something. And the importance of it to let them know that this is just I would say a precursor to what they want to do in the playoffs, because these moments prepare you for the moment in April. You know what I mean? In May and June. So I think this game tomorrow is going to be important. You know, like I said, we won't dive into it too much. We could dive into tomorrow on the pregame show. But we just gearing up for today, man. And I'm gonna open up the panel and get some people up in here. But the Knicks is ready, man. I seen we getting off the bus in Vegas last night. They coming in a little like they going to war, man. They ready, and I think they're gonna be ready. So let's hope that they can go ahead and make the Knicks fan base happy and get this thing popping, man, and get us on to that. I want to win for this reason right here. I want to see the Knicks and OKC in that Emirates Cup final, for we can go up against these dudes and see where we stack up against them, because I do believe that we got players that can offset some of their players. I really believe that. I think we got players that can make it hard on Jalen Wynn. I think Anunoby can hold him a little bit. You know, I'm not saying you're going to stop him. I think we can put, what's his name, on Mikal Bridges with that length on SGA. You're not saying you're going to stop these guys, but we can make their percentages a little more rougher than they normally are. So that's the reason why I want to see us at OKC, because it's more like to see where these guys stack up against these guys, and I think we'll be good with that. But let me bring Jay Choden in the building. Jay Choden, what's good, my man? Salute. I see my man Jay Choden blowing his tears late the other night. I couldn't get in there and holler at him, say salute to him, but I did. You know, when I'm strolling through my YouTube while I'm laying in my bed, I'm like, okay, that's what Jay Choden with Uncle Freezy. What's up, my man?
Yeah. I was rolling with him this morning. But you always reference something about
not to let you go too fast, Jay. I got to give you mad salutes with that too. You was on with Jay with Blanche Tears and Macaree's on that show too, right?
Yeah,
that was a good show. I watched a bit of it. I kind of
I appreciate that. I was asked to, so it was a big compliment. I was really I don't know what the word is, but look, I never fail to mention something that went on here, because I will say this. I might have met you on Ron's, but we grew to be brothers the entire year last year. So I never failed to mention something that Divine might have said this to me one time, and Shaw said this, and then we got to follow the money, and we got to do like, where did I hear that? I hear that from that, but don't forget that. So I got an infinity for this show in particular, and
brother, you already know.
And I always will, and I'm grateful for both of you, obviously. I hope you know that.
Oh yeah. Real quick, because you are a staple of this community too. We want to see you grow as well. Spread your wings, man, because you got intellect to get out there. You got knowledge to get out there and get it out to our fan base. And it don't matter what show you're on, as long as you get yourself out there, my brother. And on great job, man. Keep up the good work, my brother, for real.
I really appreciate you saying that, brother. It's a blessing.
Ditto.
Thank you both, big time. You always be part of. I hope to always link up and be a part of each other's rising. You know what I mean? And everything. Look, I've had hour-long talks with Divine. I've had great times and talks with Shy. We've done some stuff. But, now that the love and the mush came out and we're all good, we're good.
Yeah, man. About to make you do some push-ups. About to go.
Right. I gotta shake it off. Look, I'm a man, damn it. I ain't got no feelings. I'm a man, damn it.
I'm about to drop down to like 18,000.
Yo, look, you ain't see this right here. Look at this. Word up. Yeah, right. Took me a half hour to get off the floor just to get up over here to the So look, I want to put in a couple of pieces that you were talking about, and a couple things I've been thinking about recently is this. a lot of things that we've talked about over the last, this year especially, right? I think that we have recognized, at one point, you guys put me on to, because I was so stuck on the best ability being availability. And when Mitch is at his best, at his full health, there is only one other person that you could mention that is nearly as good of an offensive rebounder, pick setter, and floor general even as him, and that would be Steven Adams.
Right.
And a lot of times I saw a clip the other day of Steven Adams grabbing the ball, making a move to the left and yamming it right. And I'm saying, damn, Mitch, put that in your bag. You put that in your bag, And I heard another thing today about, how we all were saying, what? Mitch is open. If Mitch could just pivot and throw it up in the air. Let's not forget that Mitch has multiple injuries to his legs. Throwing lobs to Mitch instead of Mitch naturally grabbing the rebound and going back up is a lot more dangerous for him, his career, our chances to have, if he stays, for him to play. So I just want him to keep doing what he's doing. We have to figure out, though, why, the minute situation, it will change. I know it will change. But I have some great ideas on that. You want to do something, and then I'll put on my ideas, or
go ahead. Let me just throw this with you right quick.
I like the Alvarado thing you just said. I really do. I like the Alvarado's. To me, he's a New Yorker from Bushwick. He looked like people I know. It looked like he could get down easy in New York. He would fit in easy. Be a great point guard off the bench. He got that feistiness in him. Imagine him, and Clarkson, and Hart, and Mitt, off the bench. Now, saying all that, and now you're talking also about not Murphy, but
Herb Jones.
Though I would prefer Trey Murphy, but Herb Jones does a lot of what Bridges does, but doesn't hurt to have two,
right?
Right. But we still will lack in the big man department. So I've been doing a lot of research regarding two people. If we got rid of Mitch, and then we'd have to work on the money. Apparently, they're making very little money. So if you can somehow turn somebody into an Alvarado, and then taking Mitch and turning him into Mark Williams and Nick Richards, because Phoenix is going nowhere, and I'm pretty sure that Williams' deal is very low, and I think he still has years on his contract.
I think he might be due. The reason I say that, because I think Charlotte traded him for that reason. I think he about to get paid. I think he's still on his. I'm not sure he's on his rookie deal. J2. I have to look at the numbers. I don't want to. I think he might have been on a rookie deal. And then they, but if not, Mark Williams would be. I wanted him out of Charlotte last year, so I agree with you with that. I ain't got no problem with Mark Williams whatsoever.
Yeah,
for real. But let me show y'all a picture right quick. If my man could do this for me right quick, now that you get back at it, Jay Chosen, you see that picture right there? Here's what this was impressive. This is the Mitch I want to see. Right there. See that vertical? That's the 19. That's a 2018, 2019 Mitch. You see that verticality? That's what we've been missing lately as he started to heal. That's the Mitchell Robinson I'm used to. Look at that verticality on that jump shot. He blocked 3-pointers. Look at this cat off the floor. He damn about to hit the fucking ceiling. That's the Mitchell Robinson now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the 2018-19. And look what Mitch is at off the floor. Look where that ball is at. Look where he at. And I just want to see her get back there and there. There you go.
Yeah, no doubt.
Man, listen, don't get it twisted. I'm not even on here trying to talk about Trey Mitchell Robinson. I'm just looking at it from a Knicks standpoint, just due to the fact he got aspiring. We don't know what they're gonna do with him, and and that's the only reason I bring Mitch up in conversation because I'm a Mitch homer. Y'all know me, I'm a Mitch homer, but I also know that the people you love can get traded too. So you know what I mean. But I say all that to say that Mitch gonna be interesting toward the trading deadline. Jay Chosen and Shaw Powers, because let's say we get to the trading deadline and Mitch is still here. Now we have to go because don't get me wrong. I don't want to lose Mitch much as he means to this team. You ain't get too many guys do what Mitch do in the NBA.
No, you don't.
Not too many. I mean, and now with the way Mike Brown's system is being played, you know that Jalen Brunson getting him some shots here, Kohler getting them shots here. He 8 and 17 rebounds in like 14 minutes. It's hard to get that shit, man. You know what I mean? I know he's kind of his offensive game might not be there, but then he do everything else pretty good. But you know what it is? Maybe he might be now round in the shape. You got to remember, it's the beginning of the season. He just got back. He was playing back-to-backs. The guy was out whole damn near summer, whatever the case may be. But now it looks like he's starting to round in the shape. Here's why I noticed that Jay Chosen and Shaw Powers, and I'll open up the panel, let Nick get in here, because every game I see him more active. I think that's what's interesting to me. That he seems like he's getting more stamina, more, and all them things. So let's see how it goes. He's gonna be big tomorrow. I know that. Let's see how he goes tomorrow, because he got to go out there against Go God and all them guys. But to get back to your thought, go ahead, my man. Open your chain of thought. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to throw them two clips out there.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see Mitch in the air like that. But that when I see Mitch doing the
listen. You know what? After having my, I noticed something, and I'm gonna say it out loud because I want to, be very honest about it. I'm stuck in a place. I'm stuck in the 90s, and I think that because of that, often my view is skewed, and I'll look at somebody, I'll be like, yeah, but this brother he played every single game. Look, basketball today is completely different than basketball of yesteryear. Completely different. So after we talked enough about Mitch last year, I did more research on Mitch and his early years and stuff like that. Mitch Robinson had the unfortunate situation of being hurt and then being pulled down by a man out of spite, out of who knows why, and getting hurt again. And that to me, that's horrible. I was looking up the Mark Williams stuff and stuff like that. I just think that if we can get ourselves, that Dante thing, I don't know if you noticed my comment. I said I trade my mom for Dante. I think there's a couple of things you could look at. One is, are we good enough right now? This Emirates Cup coming up. Great test. Are we good enough as we are right now to win the whole thing? The answer could be yes. The answer could be yes. We have what we need. We do have trouble with teams like the Magic and Houston and the teams that are a little bit bigger. So the question there is, can we the players we have existing right now lock down the players like on Houston, like on like OKC is a 2K team. It's like you got to look at them and say, look, but they're not unbeatable. They just play a way different style of basketball. We right now, if you don't think that we are the best team in the East, then I don't know what you're watching, but the New York Knicks to me right now are the best team in the East by far.
Facts.
And we still have to and I don't want to get cocky with it. Got to be confident. Big difference. Got to separate that line. I'm confident enough to say that we are the best team in the East. We go ahead and for a little while, that Emirates Cup didn't do anything for me. It was like like we know that the NBA is trying to put Europe NBA, France NBA. The All-Star game has kind of been like kind of ass, so they added tricks to it and different things. And I thought this Emirates Cup was just another one of those. But the fact of the matter is that we're Knicks fans, and we haven't won a thing in a long time. And this is good for us in so many ways.
That's fact.
We go out there and bust OKC's ass, even if we win by 1 point. If we win versus OKC, it automatic and the whole world will be watching. It's a worldwide event. That thing.
Jay Chosen, it's just like when Rocky hit the big Russian and he made him bleed. He's the man. He's the man, Rocky.
Yeah, Drago. Yeah.
Let me salute the chat. I'm gonna bring Nick Nation in here. Let the brother get in. But salute to my man. Op 456. No, this is the most positive Nick show you're gonna get on any station. Let me put that out there. OPB, the most positive Nick show, because we are not only fans, but we don't deal with the hyperbole and none of that stuff. We just keep it 100, keep it 100 all the time. Facts matter. Numbers don't lie on this channel. We just do what we do, man. But appreciate you coming in. Pete 34 PE, and real quick, APAP. You got Jay Choden tell me that, but the Mets are not signing Pete Alonso.
They actually lost him already. He went
to
the Orioles.
I kind of figured they would. I didn't think
they ain't pivot yet. That's what scares me. They ain't pivot yet.
Yeah, I don't think they will. Because you know why? I love Pete Alonso.
Me too.
All that. They ain't got no way with him neither. A lot of them, Lodor, they ain't got no way with him yet. All these dudes, I love these Mets guys. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't getting nowhere with them neither. So sometimes you might need new places and new energy and shit. I don't know. But Nick Nation, what's good, my man? Salute to you. We'll talk about that.
What's good, brother?
Yeah.
What's good, brothers? What's good, Divine? What's good, Shy? What's good? What's good, Jay Chosen?
I'm chilling, brother. How about yourself, Mo?
I'm good, brothers. Good to see you earlier, boy. I saw you. I hit you up. I saw you up on there on a Freezy show.
You know what, Nick Nation, we here came on today just to kind of talk about a little brief stuff about because tomorrow the big thing, obviously the Emirates Cup game tomorrow, where we know obviously December 15th is that day when Knicks could trade players, or not in Knicks, the whole NBA rather. The guys who they had signed, like Shaw Powell said, roughly about 70-something, 75, 76 guys, Shaw Powell said that was eligible to be traded. So now December 15th coming in a couple of days. And so we out here with the noise. It's going to be noise all the way to the trading deadline. This is trading deadline season. The season to be cheerful. So I don't know. Yeah. But what's your thoughts on the thing, man? This Alvarado thing and a lot of few things that we were talking about. Any of them things you think you can see come to fruition? With the possibilities of like Yabusele noise, like I think Travel Vibe was not Travel Vibe. The Saudi was saying that per Bondi, like my man Yabusele probably want to be traded, which I can see. Like I told everybody, I can see that because I don't think he's the Mike Brown type of player and all that. So, what's your thoughts on that, my man?
Okay, I'll go through it one by one real quick. Let me say, as far as the tournament, I'm all for the tournament, and the only reason why I'm for the tournament is because of the heighted elevation and the attention that it gets. So the lights are brighter. So it teaches the young ones and it teaches even our vets. You know what I mean? When the lights are on, hey, can we actually shine? And and show up. If it's going to give us somewhat like of a playoff feeling, and it does, because these guys it's competition, and these guys are pros, and they're looking to win.
Right.
So I like it for that. You know what I mean? For what it brings to the table for that, and especially if the Knicks can experience that earlier and prior to, and guys can see, they go, hey, yo, you know what? This is certain things that we need to either shape up, square away, or move over. The Alvarado, I'm not a fan for if it involves moving Kolek, or if it even involves moving Kolek back on the line. And then the only reason is that in my opinion, and people have in the chat and across Nick Nation here, all kind of thought process point of it, I just see more of an upside to Kolek than Alvarado. That's just me. I just see that he, to me, toward the future, and maybe even now in certain ways, just runs a team better. I get the annoyance that they want Alvarado to come in and be able to guard people and do things. But if you ever really watch him, not just against us, because when they go against us, all of a sudden, you know what I mean, they get these different heights and they, you know what I mean, these guys get great and do whatever. I ain't talking about that. What I'm talking about as far as in a day-to-day player, all of a sudden, these are the guys we'll see the mistakes. We'll see, you know what I mean? We'll see the turnovers. We'll see that, you know what I mean? That size-wise, his defense ain't but so, you know what I mean? Ain't so great. So no, I'm not a fan for that, for moving that. Kolek has chemistry. Kolek's on the, you know, with our players. He's on the rise. A lot of these young players too, you know, they're looking for, you know what I mean, establish some point of a foundation as well. So guys like Kolek, I don't think that that's a player that I'm really willing to push out the door for an experiment of bringing Alvarado in here. I know he's I think a believer, right? He's a native New Yorker. I get that, you know what I mean, hometown boy, all that good stuff. But right now, talent-wise, I just think that Kolek, in another year or two, if he's getting, you know what I mean, some decent minutes, that even toward the end of this season here, I think that we will even still see an uptick in that kid if he's getting minutes. That's if he's getting the time and he's getting minutes to grow. As far as Yabusele going out the door, 100%. But I don't. But even trading him for Alvarado, I don't think that that's a good, you know, move, because we need. Everybody's talking about all these other trades and another point guard. And all that. That is not what we need. We need another power forward. We need a power forward. We you know, you saw when OG went down, who was replacing him? I mean, we did it collectively in a sense, but we didn't have an individual to come in and say, "Here, I'm going to get that guy. What's name times?" And if you're not going to, you know what I mean, I love Diawara, you know, for what his height, his style of, you know, his energy, what he can bring. But he's still a young player. He needs minutes. He needs time to grow. He needs experience. So if anything, and if, you know, everybody's talking about the, you know, the trade, the this, the that, but if anything, if we're going to consolidate, where my consolidation wants to be is getting us a forward. If we really look at the production of this team, let's step back and look at the production for a second. It's the same production from the points almost from people from last year. That's what a heightened point of it is. We brought in two players that we thought that were going to be, you know, to contribute a bit more. But honestly, besides, you know, Clarkson has been, you know, a little bit in, a little bit out, a little bit in, a little bit out. You know what I'm saying? But Yabusele has been nothing to us, has really given us no real production point at all in that sense. So if we really look at it, if we can consolidate some of that and bring in somebody who we know is going to have some real contribution point to this team, I think that would be a real uplift to the Knicks. Not as opposed to, you know what I mean, just bringing in cats like I'm just not for that. I'm just not, because it really sits Kolek back or whoever else, and it, you know what I mean, it pushes these guys back. I just don't think has that kind of talent level for us to be hunting for him and thinking that, hey, this guy would be the real difference for us and you know, moving forward with our championship aspects. That's just my thought process on it, though.
I understand. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to let me get it. Latoria's in the building. What's good, Latoria? David Haas is in the building. Dave, what's popping, my man? Salute to you as well. Salute to everybody who came in the building a little or later on, man. Appreciate everybody. Like for me, Shaw Powers, like we always see on the show, you know what? It's whatever the Knicks gonna do. You know what I mean? From a fan perspective, you know, we could debate these players and we could talk about this and that. But at the end of the day, Leon Rose, James Dolan, Worldwide West, all them dudes are the ones making the decisions up there. They're gonna do what they feel is best for this franchise. I do 100%. Agree. Right, I do agree. If we send Yabu out here, we got to get a big in here. We not switch. We not bringing. We got to. Here's the thing. Here's the only thing. Do OP? Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. Subscribe, my brother. For real. Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you being part of the family. Here's something interesting to me. When let's say if the Knicks stay the way they are, Jay Chola, Nick Nation, and Shaw, Let's say the Knicks don't make no moves. Here's the only problem that Kolek goes back to not even in the rotation.
That's a fact.
You understand me? See, that's where I think the Knicks is looking at it, because Kolek becomes a bench rider, non-rotational. If they come back and stay the way they are now, they say, you know what, Kolek earned the play, then somebody get moved, because Kolek will not be able to play if they don't move nobody, at least this year.
But what would be the difference in bringing Alva? It would be the same. Wouldn't it be the same?
I think here's the reason why I think the Knicks will take him over Kolek right now, because they're trying to win a championship. His defense is notches above top Kolek. His defense, he's shooting pretty good from downtown. He played with Josh Hart before. He played with Josh Hart in New Orleans. These guys, yeah, it's a lot of continuity. Well, so I get the ones who don't, like, talent wise. I wouldn't want to trade Tyler Kolek because of the way he could do with the basketball. I think years from now, Tyler Kolek is going to be a bona fide NBA ball player. Like, he's going to be starting on somebody's team in 3 or 4 years. Will it be the Knicks? Who knows? But when Shannon come back and Deuce come back, Clarkston, he ain't getting no burn. He literally not getting no burn.
But I see it in the same fashion. I see if those guys come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're healthy. I don't see him. I mean, it's the thing of break the glass and, in case of an emergency point kind of thing. You know what I mean? I see that, but otherwise, I don't really see him being the answer for the little, I'll say, flaws in which we have right now as a roster. I'm not signing into any guy right now, because by all rights, he's smaller than Kolek. His defensive rating lower, than Kolek's. So I know by the eye what we see by the eye, because we, a lot of times as fans, we go off about what we see when he does with us. But I've watched him in other games, and he sometimes is a nightmare. So I don't really see, us then saying, hey, let's gravitate and bring this guy in, where our energy, I think, it would be better focused on getting players that are more substantiated size for matchups wise, not as far as their skill, but as far as for matchup wise. And I just think that I don't think that he's the answer. And as far as Yabusele, we really, when you think about it, we really depended on Yabusele coming in here to really put something and give this team something. And the reason why I say that is because the front office gave him the power. And the reason why I say they gave him the power is because they had to look at him with some points of respect in that sense in the league, or what they thought that he could contribute. And I believe right now it's looking like a big mistake. And the reason why I say they gave him the point of power, because they gave him the option, the player option, not a team option.
Yeah.
So that to me said that, hey, that, they were dependent and respected and thought that, hey, that this guy is going to bring something point to the table. And right now it's looking like a huge mistake. And I think they're trying to give him chances and trying to get him to, ramp himself up to speed. But like you say, I don't think he was a Mike Brown pick. And I don't think, as far as right now, I don't think Mike Brown respects what he, what he can do as far as to help elevate this team.
Right. Yeah.
But that's just,
Shot Powell, yeah, I agree with him 100% on that. That's the whole caveat with Yabusele. And I think Yabo still might wind up being a good Knick this year. I don't even know if anybody gets traded. Yeah, it's just a topic of conversation, so I don't know who might trade nobody. They might be like, listen, I believe in Yabusele. We got to give him a chance to do this and do that, and we'll see how it goes. Because I still believe right now, Shot Powell, with this team presently constructed, the New York Knicks are the NBA final team. I don't even know. You cannot convince me they're not. We got guys. You cannot convince me the New York Knicks. Because here's why people forget. Jordan Clarkson is not a $2 million player, ladies and gentlemen. He's an $18 million player. Don't get it twisted because he made $2 million. Don't treat the man like he's a $2 million player. That man's an $18 million player. You know his ball handling has helped us tremendously. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Having a what's name. But he just, for some reason, just this last couple of weeks,
Last 2 weeks, he's just been off. Let's just say it like that, off.
Yeah, it's a Peaks and Valley thing. It's a Peaks and Valley thing.
I give Yabusele the most respect. He's one of the Fat Boy Club members and stuff like that. I mean, I dubbed him one. I'm ready to send him a hoodie and stuff like that. I just hope that he can get it together. He's been looking a little better. And yes, is it possible that he may not have been someone that Mike Brown might have wanted if Mike Brown was hired first and he was picking a player? No. Right now, is Yabusele looking like what Precious was to Tom Thibodeau last year? Yes, he is. So, yeah, I hope that he can get better. And if they decide that they want to move on from him, it's the Knicks going to be the Knicks' choice. Who knows? Like we all I mean, we all just shooting the build up. We just saying some things that might happen, could happen, might not happen, but something that you can think about when we talk about it, because maybe there's something in the works. Maybe there is something big in the works. Maybe it's something in the works that we're not even paying attention to right now that can get DiVincenzo over here and Herb Jones over here. Who knows? You know what I mean? There is things out there that can make those things happen. It is possible. You know what I mean? And Luka Doncic, Luka got traded in the middle of the night for Anthony Ambulance. You know what I mean? In the middle of the night. Nobody else knew nothing about the trade or nothing.
Yeah, but so, I don't think they're gonna let Jones go though. I know we want him.
I don't think so too. There's names out there. You know what I mean? Because Knicks fans like Herb Jones, and I've been hearing Herb Jones' name. I heard Herb Jones' name so much I had to go start watching him. Let's see what Herb Jones really do. I thought, never did do what he played. He got some beef.
He's about his business. There was like an article that I read about him, which really was different than other players, is that he wears mostly nothing but the player gear. You know how everybody else is coming in this, that, and this. He's like, nah, that doesn't. He's like, that doesn't move me. I'm just rocking our gear. I'm rocking team gear. That's wherever he goes and does things, they'll see him in simple kind of same things. I thought that was definitely different characteristic in what we see the players today, where everybody is just trying to build their own brand and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And this kid coming right in saying, I'm about my business, and but I don't think that they'll let him go. They'll let what's name go. They'll let the other guy go. What's his name? Zion. They'll let Zion run. They'll take a bag of balls for Zion right now. They want him going.
Anything right now.
No, they won't. They will take as much as they possibly can because they need as much as they possibly can. They definitely need more than potatoes.
But his value right now, you're not. You might not even get.
I understand why
you barely get a one for him. You barely might get a one for him right now. Barely.
Well, let me ask you guys a quick question.
Go ahead.
Raise your hand if you were blindsided or surprised that cat trade happened. I'll say it.
Yeah,
I remember. I remember exactly where I was.
Yeah, I didn't even. It wasn't even in my mind that was going to happen.
I didn't know he was coming to New York.
Not this year.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
They've been talking about him for years.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna tell you why. And I think we talked about this even last year. I was like, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, the writing was on the wall for Big Cat. Here's all the reason I think we said that. And I'll let you get back to your thing. Not only was he from this area, his dad tried out for the Knicks. Leon Rose is his agent. All this shit was lining up for Big Cat. Tom Thibodeau drafted him because he was the president of Minnesota when they drafted him, along with Rojas and all these guys. I knew Cat was going to be a Knick. I was just waiting what day it was going to happen. But I knew that man was going to be a Knick.
And for who? And for who? That's the question.
Yeah, right. I didn't know who.
Wasn't and for who. I agree with all that 100%. My point.
I didn't know when it was going to happen. I knew he would be.
Right. My whole point was, when we wake up that day, that morning, or whatever,
we didn't know the right.
You don't say, any day now Cat's gonna be here, because a lot of trades, they're talked about, they're projected, they're out there, not blindside, throw Hail Mary, oh my God, that just happened, so we get hyped. That whole Melo thing was like a melodrama for a while he was doing that. So when we talk up here, like I call ourselves couch coaches or couch GMs.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to me, that's like one of the funnest jobs to have. Like just like off the side to say, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Do you think we could do this with money with that? You know, we don't make the moves or anything like that. But the great thing about it is it's great talking points. It's great fodder. We could go back and forth. And if one of those things happen, we could go back to this show and say, hey, remember when we talked about this thing and this guy came here and bop, bop, bop. So I looked up Mark Williams. You're correct. This is his last full year. Next year, he's a restricted free agent. Okay. He's making $6 million.
He making half less than Mitch, but next year he'll be making about 20.
Right. So, and they got other players over there. I even looked into like, you know, little different stuff like Dylan Brooks and other people that are over there. But you know, we definitely. I think two things. You know, I always say two things could be, you know, true at the same time. We need to get bigger. Yes. Do I think that we're going to trade anybody? Probably not. However, if we don't trade anybody, Mitch has to play more. He has to play more. And what he had, it just has to. And so does Huck. Huck is a defensive blocking machine when he's out there. But if Mitch plays more, and I like that they play him in the second unit. I like that a lot. But if they do that, and even though Huck's doing what he's doing, do we now use Huck instead of Yabusele? Or bring in double bigs?
You can.
They played together the other day.
You put Huck and three shooters. You know what I mean? So that's a great point. Because think about it. You got Deuce McBride, Clarkson, and Landry Shamet. Then you could put Yabusele and Mitchell Robinson in the same lineup. Because you got three dudes out there who can constantly get you buckets, and you got two guys who will rebound and defense. So I don't have a problem with it, to be honest with you. Because I do think it could work. I think it could work.
Right. And Huck get us 2 or 3 blocks. Mitch Rob will get us about 9 offensive rebounds in that time. He also helps Huck get rebounds because he helps everybody get rebounds by doing the way he plays. That's what Randall.
If I'm not mistaken, him and Huckle Purdy, Mitchell Robinson and Huckle Purdy the other day had a double-double together, 11 points and 20 rebounds. They scored together.
Yep. Hey, you know what's real quick?
I like that actually. And then
the New Orleans situation we got to keep an eye about too. Here's a couple of things about New Orleans. Number one, they fired Willie Green. That's number one. They building around Trey Murphy. Let's make no mistake about that. He is Trey Murphy is they do. Everybody else is like anybody, like Jalen Brunson's not due. Anybody can get traded. I don't give a fuck who you are. Jalen Brunson is that dude on the Knicks that I think he'd be the hardest person to trade, and I think anybody else on the Knicks can get traded, depending on who you're trading them for. I think that's the same situation in New Orleans with Trey Murphy. As much as I love Herb Jones and all them, they can get traded too because here's why. That franchise don't even know where they going. They just don't know where they're going. And with the salary cap implications, that's the whole thing that's got me never think that nobody can't be moved. Anybody can get moved in this era because these luxury and New Orleans is not even a basketball city. That's New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, they that's a fact.
That's a fact.
I can see them move that. Yeah, I can see them move the whole franchise. Yeah, they may. I can see that franchise going to Seattle or someplace like that.
Absolutely.
I can see that.
What's interesting about this whole thing. And let me ask you a question because Nick Nation, when we were talking about Taylor, a great point. Tyler Coley got 2026 to 27 got a $2 million to almost $300 million. No, excuse me, $2,300,000 contract. In 2027-28, he got a club option for 25, say 25, 2.5 million. After them contracts, do y'all think the Knicks gonna extend Tyler Kolek? These are the situations that I try to see. Once Tyler Kolek's rookie contract is up, seems like Knicks never extend rookies. Let me rephrase that. That's not true. They give them 4 years to show and prove themselves. Because they re-signed RJ, they re-signed Deuce McBride. Well, they signed Deuce McBride. I think this is a rookie contract. They didn't do Quickly. They did RJ. They didn't do Quentin Grimes.
They didn't do Toppin.
They didn't do Milakina, so on and so on. They normally let these guys play their 4 years and then reevaluate them at that 4th year. Do y'all think that Tyler Kolek will get an extension? If he don't get, that's the reason why I say let's not count out that he might get traded. If the Knicks, because of the Knicks' history, they don't seem like they be extending these dudes. Unless you that Mitchell Robinson is one that I could come to mind. They extended him. RJ, they haven't signed too many dudes after a rookie contract deal. Tyler Kolek could be an RJ and Mitchell Robinson though. Let's not get it twisted. They might say Tyler Kolek, I give you $10 million a year. I don't know, but that's the reason why I always look at these guys like him, because you know why? Here's one thing that did me teach Shaw Powell's there's 1,000 Tyler Koleks out there. There's 1,000 guys like that out there coming up.
1,098.
Yeah, 1,098. That's the reason why I always say Shaw Powell. I wonder, like sometimes rare talent is rare talent. I think you can get a guy his height could do the same thing he do. You can even put McCullough in there, and I like McCullough better than all of them. And these cats they're not even getting that money yet. That's what's interesting to me to see how the Knicks going to pan out. Which I think I don't think we should trade Tyler Kolek. But don't get me wrong, there are Tyler Koleks out there. You know what I mean? And with the Knicks in the championship window, Shaw Powers, like we literally in a championship window. It's championship and busting next. But that's why we gave Anunoby his contract. We gave Jalen Brunson his contract. We gave Cat a contract. Gonna give him a contract. Mikal his contract. We gave all these guys contracts because for the next 4 or 5 years, we trying to win it. We ain't trying to develop motherfuckers to go to the G League for that. But if you on that roster, that's why we signed the Clarkson of the world, all these guys, because I think the Knicks trying to win the chip. And now look at Daddy. I was a big Daddy dude. He not even Daddy. They might have trade him like right now. You know what I mean, Shaw Powell? That's what's interesting to me about the situation with the Knicks is that because I think they're trying to win a championship. And a lot of teams don't rely on younger guy, but like size 9 say he is a rare breed. I think Kolek should be backing up right now. I literally think he should be the backup point guard there. But it's me. I ain't Mike Brown though, so you know what I mean. Shaw Powell, what's your thoughts on the $2 million this year, $2 million next year? He got a club option of 227-28. Do you think the Knicks signed Tyler Kolek after 27-28?
Not sure. I don't think so. I think we look. One thing I've noticed with this Knicks and how they've been restructuring this team is also in their G League. And right now they got a player in the G League that possibly could come in here and get almost the same amount of money next year for that Tyler Kolek is getting, and is going to be fresh. And Dink Pate. Dink Pate was one of the smartest things that they did to Dink Pate, that then try to sign him to a 2-way contract so they didn't get into the dilemma that they had with McCullough like they have this year. Next year, they could sign him as a rookie contract to $1.8 million, 2-point-something million hours, some cheap contract because he's unwarranted from a college and anything like that.
Okay.
Smart. This front office has been doing some things that I really like. So do I think Tyler Kolek is going to be here? No. We've been talking about Tyler Kolek being traded this whole year. Do I think it's going to stop now? No. He's been playing great basketball. That's good for him because now it makes his stock rise a little bit. I'm not saying I don't like Tyler because I like what he's bringing. He is a point guard. He gets out there and he gives the ball to everybody. He makes sure he feeds you going to the basket and makes it look good. He is getting into rhythm because he is getting minutes. But in 2 years, he's going to still be getting these same minutes when Deep Pink is coming down the pipeline. When we got another guy that we might bring in here after this year, we might let some of go these guys and go make another trade to get another point guard in here that's all world. We'll go get what's the guy from Phoenix? Whatever the hell. I'm just making up names now. I'm making up names, but who knows? Who knows? Because we didn't think Cat was going to be here. We didn't think Mikal was going to. We didn't think OG was going to be here. So who knows what the Knicks going to do? I'm not sure if Tyler Cole is going to be here. I like what he's doing for us now. I like the way he's contributing right now. I mean, but I think his money and Pacone Daddy's money together. And if you want to throw Yabusele out there, and if you want to add Mitchell Robinson extended contract right there, now we're talking about almost $20 million. You know what I mean? We almost talking about $20 million. That's 13 from Mitch, 5 from Yabusele, 2 and 2. That's almost $5 million there. That's almost $20 million. What can we do with $20 million to get better to go into this playoff? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying none of this happened because all the guys I just mentioned, I like to see them win a championship here. But do the Knicks think that front office, do they think that Mitchell Robinson, Yabusele, Tyler Kolek, and Pacone Daddy, their money all together is about $20 million. What you going to do with that money this year? You going to let them guys sit on the bench and be like this? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah, let's go.
You know what's interesting to
Get
me?
them out of here, get some guys in here that's ready to get into the game and win the game for the New York Knicks. I don't know.
Yep, let me give it to Jay Children, but let me piggyback up here because, like I said, we don't know what the Knicks going to do later. We like Jay Children said, we just couch GMs. What I try to do is just here. I always try to think what the Knicks are doing when I'm on these podcasts. It's like, what do I think the Knicks front office is going to do? Because it don't matter what the hell I think. I don't sign no checks up in that number anyway. So I try to do, I try to say, what is Leon Rose and them thinking right now? That's the way I've been doing this thing for years. It ain't even about Divine. I always try to think of myself, what is the New York Knicks thinking right now, or what they thinking in the future? You know what I mean? And then when I I also look at the landscape of what they've been doing for the past so many years. Now I look at them right now. There's nobody on that team untouchable except for Jalen Brunson. Nobody on that Knicks team, period, is untouchable except for Jalen Brunson. And like Jay Choder said, we didn't think Town was walking up in this piece. We didn't think Mikal was walking up in here, and they did it. And I think Leon Rose, he want to win a chip this year. This man is on a mission, ladies and gentlemen. This is 5th year. He said, I done got this team from 1 to 2 to 3. I'm ready to get into 4. I'm trying to win a chip. I don't give a fuck who you is as a player. If I got somebody can come here better than you, you out of here. And that's where you're supposed to think. So nobody, and like I said, we hate to lose players we love because sometimes we let the emotions and the sentimental of the player. Shit, I love the RJ, but I ain't mad at motherfucking Anunoby though. You know what I mean? It's like shit, they trade. I just think that now, to me, Jay chose that because we so close, we might not get that opportunity after this because the NBA got a lot of parity now. And think about this here: if the Atlanta Hawks right now, much of nobody on here want them. If the Atlanta Hawks go get AD, like Shaw Power said, the Atlanta Hawks go get Anthony Davis, that changes the landscape of this whole thing. And all he got to do is stay healthy this year. Give a fuck what happened after that. So it's interesting the way this thing going because they still got Porzingis down there. They still got this. So this trading deadline thing, to me, Jay Choden, it can go either way. Knicks can stand still. But we got to remember something. There's other teams out there looking to get better. Let's say if the Boston Celtics go get AD and then Tatum come back. He coming back.
Right.
He coming back. They did all that shit on purpose. They said, I'm going to get rid of Cornette. I'm going to get rid of Porzingis. I'm going to get rid of Al Horford. We got a plan. I'm going to shred all that money, let Jason Tatum get healthy, and I'm going to go at the trading deadline and go get an AD. Now they back at the number 1 spot in the East. That's why I think we got to keep an eye on this thing. I love Yabusele. I love all the players we got. But damn it, I ain't married to them. Because if somebody can get better, like I said, I love Mitchell Robinson, but you tell me that you wouldn't take Herb Jones right now, hypothetically, because I don't think they're going to trade him either. But if they did, because of that place is just in flux, they're in turmoil over there. I mean, you got Willie Green, Zion Wilder, you ain't got no good coach there. It's just crazy, and they still playing basketball. But Jay Choden, to me, are we going to sign Mitchell Robinson after this year?
Right.
Not about, because I'm a Mitchell Robinson homer, bro. When I mean I'm a Mitchell Robinson homer, I'm a homer.
You are.
But,
you are.
but the business side says this: is the New York Knicks going to give Mitchell Robinson $20 million next year?
All right, so I'm going to answer the
Because
question.
they be way over the second apron. Then they got to sign other guys that might have popped, you know what I mean, or they might want to bring. Let's say one of the dudes on the bench pop. Let's put like this here. Deuce Bryant's gonna garner $15 million on his next contract. He could be one of Mitchell Robinson guys that stay with the Knicks franchise for like 7 or 8 years. So it's this CBA thing got me in flux with all these players, man. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks trade whoever. I really don't.
Right. The only person I would be surprised would be Brunson. There is nobody else on this team that I think is safe to not being traded. Period. As far as re-signing, I think that you gotta look at a lot of things right now. Leon just fired his best friend. Right, he literally just fired his best friend. It's like looking at your best friend and going, we can't be friends anymore. I gotta go. Bye. Because I can't say it. I can't tell you you're fired. I just gotta go. He have notched us up each year. Now we have formulated somewhat of a bench. We have brought in new players. We have extended. We have given different contracts out. It's not only is Kolek going to get traded or is Mitch going to get traded, but are they the best possibility for us to keep? Those two things go hand in hand. Is Mitch the best for the money? Is he the best possible person to keep? Is Kolek, for what he possibly could get, the best person in that position to keep? If you could go out and get somebody for a little bit less who might do a little bit more or the same. You know what I mean? Like, instead of him getting 10 million, get somebody for 8. And he does this, and he's great at that, and he plays defense, which is a very important situation. Kolek has gotten better. I'm going to name a couple things. He has gotten better. He has a 5-year resume playing. He was an East Coast, a Big East Player of the Year. Played in a hard conference. Right. He is a definite point guard. Probably our only real point guard on the team. Saying that, because of the lack of time he has gotten while he's been here, I do not see them locked to Kolek the way others see them locked to him. Is he a good point guard? He's a great point guard. Is he confident and more confident? Is his shot getting? Everything looks better. But if you're better, then you should be the person coming in next. And he's not. He's not. As far as Mitch, I don't see how Mitch gets past this trade deadline. I'm gonna say this why. The 15-minute thing, the playing not back-to-back games, all those things with the money combined, and you can package it up to that 20 mil, and now we have a Huckaporty who is blocking everything that he sees. I don't know why I can't see he's going to get extended either. I really don't think either one will. Pay a new contract or whatever contract.
Let me say this: the only reason, at least the only reason I don't think Mitch gets extended is just because of the chance of the injuries. It's nothing with Mitchell Robinson is one of the best rebounders in the game. One of the best. He changed the game like Chop Power said. I'm gonna pass to Nick Nature because I gotta let him get in here. But Mitchell Robinson changes a game when he plays for the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not get it twisted. It's It's the same way we talk about AD, or we talk about Mitch. They can't stay on the court. And I love Mitchell Robinson. I am a Mitchell Robinson guy. You can't tell me no other, but I also understand the business. And here's my thing. Or the New York Knicks going to pay Mitchell Robinson. This is nothing personal. Look at what the Knicks is thinking. Am I going to give Mitchell Robinson $20 million if he don't play 50 games? Am I going to give it? It ain't got nothing to do with his talent. It ain't got nothing to do with his talent. If I give Mitchell Robinson $20 million, and I'm the GM, I'm going to put myself in the Knicks situation. No, I'm not giving Mitchell Robinson $19 million a year if I think he's going to play 50 games a year. I'm not doing it because he an injury away from being out a whole season. Mitchell Robinson got a problem with all that weight on them small feet he got. Mitchell Robinson got baby feet. You look at his feet, they baby side feet for a dude that big. And I think the Knicks don't have the luxury, just my personal opinion, of giving Mitchell Robinson $19 million a year if he not gonna play 72 games in the playoffs. They can't afford that, Knick Nation. I just don't see how they're going to do it because I think it makes sense from a business standpoint. Because the same money you giving Mitch, if you give Mitch $20 million, you can get it to somebody who stays healthy and it can have an effect on the game just as much as he do. But it might be scoring, not necessarily rebounding. I'm saying Knick Nation, but it could be a good scorer. It could be a rebound and a scorer, whatever. And it might not even be a big man, but it's the money. That's the only thing with me is the money. That's it. Other than that. You sign Mitchell Robinson, and if the Knicks sign him, I'm rolling with him because I love Mitch. But I don't think the Knicks are gonna do it. That's all I'm saying. It ain't really about me. Neither. I don't think the Knicks are gonna sign Mitchell. Not Divine now. I don't think Knicks are gonna sign Mitchell Robinson. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think. Let me see, Kolek. Let's say if Kolek takes the steps and continues to progress, let's say like even from last year to this year. And all of a sudden now he improves again. As a business-wise, in a sense, does he outplay his contract? And then does he have any loyalty for the team and minutes as he comes in? If he improves that much and gets that good as a point guard and Brunson is here, he's probably going to want his own team. But what value that he brings in between that point of that year, if he gets to that degree, that's better for us because then that means that that, you know what I mean, from a personal standpoint, from you having that player, that means that then we would probably move him because if that's his mindset to say, hey, I don't want to sit behind anybody anymore and I know my value's up and I want to move forward, then yeah, that's where a team is definitely going to move him then. There's no doubt about that because then we know that money isn't really the core piece of what he's looking for. He's looking for position, which then will lead him to money. Because coming from to say, hey, you're a backup or point to a starter, you know what I mean? We know the deal. That's a different value point of money. So, but arbitrarily us letting him go, if we can keep him like that, no, they wouldn't. And the reason why I say that is that if Kolek begins to get better, what's the difference between Kolek and the rest of our team? It's just a quick thing. Well, just think about it, the surface of it. What do you guys see that's different than Kolek?
I don't think nothing different at all. I think
I'm gonna say this to you business wise. Okay. Business wise, what have you point blank just looking at him? What's different from him to the rest of the team?
I think number one.
No, don't go deep. Don't go deep. You're going too deep.
The only thing different than him is the position he playing.
Nope, you're going too deep. You're still going too deep with it. I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna say it because it's a business thing. No, I'm gonna say it because it's a business thing. We may not look at it. We may not look at it like that. But the truth is, if we're being hard and being a buck, Kolek's a white guy. White guy here in New York with the predominant numbers on the point. What's names? You know what I'm saying? So let's not cut it to the point of what's in here is that there's always that point of a search of a great white hope, which comes along with sales, jersey, and things like that. And let me tell you, if you guys think that those sales and what's names don't count, and owners are not looking at that,
no question about that.
That's just what it is. So if you really start looking at numbers and things like that, and you know what I'm saying, you got to take it all into a collective and a point like this and say, hey, well, you know, what are we doing here? You know, so those things have value point to it because it's a point of a nature of business.
Yep, I do get that point, but you got to also keep this in mind. They let Porzingis go. They let a lot. I think talent wins over everything.
It does. It does. But look at DiVincenzo. Why was DiVincenzo? You know what I mean? DiVincenzo, he's a good player, right? But DiVincenzo, in the New York state of mind, was elevated to way up here. Why? Because he was an Italian American who people can relate to and see, and what's name in that sense. And so that creates a point of, hey, interest, jersey sales, and things like that, because it's still a nature of a business. We can't, I know as fans, we like to throw that out, but if I'm the owner, yo, that dude's jersey just sold how many millions? You want to let him go? You want to let him go and do what?
I do agree with all that.
You gonna give me a better? You gonna give me a solid answer?
Hear me out, though. You know I do agree with that. I'm not questioning any of that because like I said, I'm a business owner myself. But also, DiVincenzo ain't here neither.
Exactly, but it took. And let me tell you something. But that was a hell of a struggle for the organization. No, everybody knows that.
It was a struggle for the fan base.
No, the organization. The organization as well.
No, hold on for a minute. Leon Rose traded him and Randall for Big Cat. I would take Big Cat over DiVincenzo. I don't give a what color they is. Big Cat over all them dudes. It's all about
agree.
Listen, I agree. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to the same point I made earlier. The reason why you could get a DiVincenzo, you could get a Kyler Colin, you could get players like that. You got thousands of dudes like that. You don't got certain type of players you can just go out there and get. You could get another. It's a million of Tyler Colins out there. It's a million of them out there.
I agree 100% with you. I agree 100%.
Hear me out though. But at the same time, them dudes is expendable. Because much as we love DiVincenzo, much as we love Porzingis, much as we love all these guys, I'm not even using the color. Nobody that walks in the NBA unless you're a bona fide superstar.
Larry Bird.
It's not tradable.
Right.
You can like a person all you want to. If the Knicks said right now, I'm going to trade Cat for this person, that shit getting done. I don't care how much you love Cat. That shit getting done. It's the nature of the business. It's the nature of the business. And
I agree 100%.
We didn't want him to trade Patrick Ewing. Even he was broken down. They traded Patrick Ewing. They traded.
No, listen. Listen, Divine. Listen, Divine. I agree. But it is actually still an element in the decision point in which you must make. Best believe if DiVincenzo had played here one more year, the amount of money and sales and other things that would have contributed, especially if they're winning, and a guy like that hitting points, it would have been even harder to remove something like that from what's name is. But I'll just say that's on that. But I'll go back and then I'll head over to.
Well, let me just say really one quick thing.
Oh, go ahead. Shoot.
First of all, I'm the Great White Hope. Number two.
Oh shit. Okay.
Right, number two is all right. That's number one. No, I'm messing around. Number two is, do you think that Kolick is at the same level? And because I do believe that all that stuff that you're talking about is business talk that goes on for sure when it comes to trades and moves and even draft picks. But is Kolick that guy?
Is Kolick a star?
Right, that white guy that they need, because when they went to trade,
I don't know.
When they went to trade for Cat on multiple places, I heard that they wanted Deuce and something else and Randall, not Dante, but they wanted Dante, and they got him.
Yes, Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle for the trade. It was Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle. They didn't want Mitchell Robinson, so they converted back to DiVincenzo.
Right.
100%.
They couldn't get Cat without it. And DiVincenzo at that moment in time had just beat the 3-point New York Knicks record.
Record.
Yeah, all that. So his name and even Porzingis being picked so high up in the thing, they would let go the moment that they could make a move to improve. So Kolek is not even personally. I like Kolek.
I'm gonna give you pushback. I'm gonna give you pushback because we didn't get better. We didn't get better with we didn't get Springs. No, I'm just saying we didn't get better when we traded Porzingis. Remember, we took draft choices for Porzingis. We didn't get better. We took draft choices for him, and that became that was because
a different
him and
regime
Phil.
too.
Yeah, different regime. Exactly. That was why that move was made.
That wasn't this regime. This regime is
right.
So
exactly.
that's what I'm saying. That so I'm saying, so let's just take Kolek, and let's say if his progress still moves within 2 years, if he jumps 2 years from what he jumped last year to this year, and then all of a sudden he jumps again, and it's tough to let a guy like that go. But I'm gonna jump off that because that's just a thing that just how my vision point of it. But as far as Mitch, I think Mitch was let's just say it like this. We have the best medical staff has been reported, and one of the best in the league, right?
This season.
So inclusive wise, because now that's what we're all about, more inclusion, the coaches, the what's name. There was a separation, as we know, with Tibbs when Tibbs was here, because Tibbs. You couldn't because Tibbs, there wasn't I think they came with a plan probably the same toward Tibbs and to say about Mitch. And Tibbs probably said, nah, that's not my style. But Brown is being more inclusive and saying that's his style. So I think that at the beginning of the year, they came up with a medical game plan and said, hey, how can we get Mitch through the year healthy and continue either two things, because it's, there's still the two things. Either we're going to keep him or the point of trade. But either way, if he's hurt, I still lose the value point of him. I use the value point of the trade. So I think that what they did is collectively come up with a game plan and say, here, how can we get him to the finish line? Either way, if I'm going to either trade him or get him to the point of we need his value point as far as to getting us to the championship. So they came up with a game plan, and a game plan I believe they followed. They just don't tell us these things because the franchise is just very tight-lipped now, so we don't know those things. So, but if you really look at it for face value, that's what it more than likely has to be. Because at the end point of it, before this trade line, if Mitch is hurt or Mitch is not in or his production, or people are not seeing his production, that's not good either. So therefore, they had to come up with some form of a game plan to at least get him to the finish line. If he stays or if he goes, you know what I mean? That's going to probably depends on what's available out there, because you ain't letting Mitch go for a bag of chips. We know that. He got to our value.
And let it be known, just in case, there is a way that they can re-sign Mitchell Robinson and still stay under the cap. I believe in Brock Island. If they really want Mitch, he may not get $20 million, but there may be a way that he can get $15 million, 4 years, $60 million in the third year on an option. Maybe. I mean,
I think somebody came up with a number somewhere in 18.
Yeah, somewhere
18 was the max that they could pay him.
The first year, and it'll decline, but I think his overall will be $60 million.
Let me ask you a question. And this was somebody from the chat too. I understand Anunoby, Count, all them guys get hurt too. The difference with I'm talking about right now, we understand Anunoby get hurt. He's under contract. I understand Cat get hurt. They under contract. Mitchell Robinson is about to get a contract. See, Anunoby get hurt, but he's under contract already. Right. I think Anunoby don't get hurt like Mitch get hurt. I don't believe that whatsoever. We don't want him to. I want to this time, Mitchell Robinson, but I just don't believe they are going to do it. That's all I'm saying. And I wish they give him what they gave Hartenstein. Give Mitch $20 million. He worth it. He worth it. He worth the money. But I don't think they're going to gamble. They got, like y'all just said, Anunoby gets hurt all the time. That's what y'all saying in the chat. And if y'all say Cat get hurt all the time, and Deuce get hurt all the time. Shit, why they want Mitch to get hurt all the time? We ain't got no team to play if they all get hurt. That's what happened a couple of years ago. Randall went down, and Anunoby went down, Mitchell Robinson went down, and we didn't get nowhere. That's the only reason I'm bringing up Mitchell Robinson is because you give Mitchell Robinson $20 million, he get hurt. The Anunoby sitting down. Look at right now. Shamet out. Right. Deuce McBride out. Anunoby just got back. Thank God Mike Brown got a deep team. I just don't think the Knicks going to give Mitchell Robinson the money. That's all I'm saying. Not because I don't love him, not because I don't think he's worth it. Right. I just don't think the Knicks front office is going to take that gamble after 8 years of this. They don't owe Mitchell Robinson. They gave him a extension already. They gave him 4 years, $60 million. They did right by Mitch. So let's not get it twisted. He was a Tom Thibodeau guy. Mitchell Robinson was the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau, Joakim Noah. Mitchell Robinson was Tom Thibodeau, Joakim Noah.
Do you think we get there without him, though? Do you think we get there without him?
I think we can get a guy who could do what Mitch do. Shit, you can go. I just think that there's other guys. I think.
Whoa.
Here's why I say that. Let's say hypothetically, Steven Adams walk next year, and you get him on a contract like you got anybody else. Like you look at some of these guys, like amazing. Jordan Clarkson was making $18 million a year. He ain't lose those skills.
Nope.
He's playing for $2 million.
Because he want to be here.
None. But they got it for $2 million. Because some guy just want to come to a team where they can win a championship. And these guys done played their whole career. Like guys like Steven Adams, and it's guys out there who ain't really care about no money. They done got the money. What they want is a ring. So sometimes you can give away players like that and go get a dude like Jordan Clarkson.
Well, moving forward, Jordan Clarkson will always be no more than a $4 to $6 million player. He played. He did his when he was younger, and he played in what's name. But he's played 4 or 5 years.
Years ago.
Yeah, but
a year, 2 years ago.
But he's worth more than $2 million. He's worth
he's no. He's probably no because this is how the system is. It doesn't have to do sometime what our opinions are and what's name. It's just the point of the system now. If the way Clarkson is put, because Clarkson has played for quite 4 years, whatever, over there in Utah, 3-4 years. Those are meaningless games. They didn't smell anything point to the playoffs, to this to that. They've what's name. So at this stage, with his age and what his what's names, when he moves along, that's what the market will be. The only reasons because it's the way that the CBA is. Is either you're here or you're here. There's very few mid levels. He doesn't bring to the table what you would say, hey, I'm going to pay. Like let's be honest, Josh Hart. Is he anywhere of bringing the value point of where Josh Hart? Because Josh Hart is being paid almost as a mid-level player at 20-something Muslim. 20-something million is almost like mid-level what's name is, but then it drops to like 4 million. You know, in here, got a few guys that's in here, and then 40, 50, 60, 70 million. It's just the league. So that's why he won't get it.
I think if Jordan Clarkson, if the New York Knicks and Jordan Clarkson them get to the finals and he have a good season, somebody get Jordan Clarkson 10, 15 million. Sure they will. Because they're going to say he produced on a team that got to the finals. If Jordan
he'll get that on a team that like he'll get that on a team like the Nets.
It don't matter.
Because no. And he only get it because they have to build up the point of they have to match the money to the floor. You know what I mean? As far as point to the ceiling. But he ain't going to nobody with a ceiling.
But that's not what I'm saying though. I don't care what team he goes to, but I know his talent is worth that money. I don't care if he goes to the Nets, he go to Washington. I don't care where he go. But if Jordan Clarkson, his talent alone, all depends on the franchise he's going to. Because you know what, you got some of these NBA owners that you might say, you know what, I got money. Get that man that money because he's gonna help me get a ring. I got if the New York Knicks get to the finals this year, and Jordan Clarkson have a hell of a season, they might say, you know what? I'm gonna give him and Deuce McBride the money and let Mitchell Robinson walk because he earned it. Remember that year when the Knicks shot powers when that year we went to the first round of the playoffs and they gave Nerlens Noel $10 million. They gave everybody on that team who was making $3 or $4 million. The next year they gave him $10 million. And them dudes ain't even.
That was the Leon regime.
I agree with every point you say. I'm not even disputing the point. But I'm just saying on the other side of it, it all depends to me. what that team, if the New York Knicks pop this year and they get to the finals and Jordan Clarkson averaging 13, 15 points a game, I always say, shop out $1 million a point. You score 1 point, you get $1 million. You score 20 points, you get $20 million. Josh Hart scored 14 points, but he get 9 rebounds and 8 assists. That's why he get $20 million. If Jordan Clarkson and the New York Knicks pop, the Knicks say, I'm going to sign him back. They might sign him back, but they might say, I'm instead of giving them $5 million, I'll let Novoselic go. I'll let Tyler Coley go. I'll let Daddier go. If they think Jordan Clarkson truly, which he can because he's a bona fide NBA ball player who's been doing it and know how to get down with a basketball. He know how to play. We might not like his game. He a bucket. And this league is a bucket league. Listen, I love Tyler Coley. He ain't no Jordan Clarkson. And I love Tyler Coley. He ain't no Jordan Clarkson.
Right.
He ain't got that with Jordan Clarkson got
And
him.
he ain't no Dante either.
He ain't no Dante neither. Them dudes is not no the Jordan Clarkson is a baller. He a baller. His numbers don't lie. Forget about Utah. He had to do it at Utah because Utah was kind of in a rebuild. But remember, he was also there when the Utah had right before the Donovan Mitchell got traded. Yeah, he was there with Bogdan, Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. And then obviously when they broke all that shit up, he was one of the remaining, in that trade deal, whatever. But this cat done played with Josh Hart before, the Lakers. This dude can. So I think, me personally, if some reason the New York Knicks get where I think they're gonna go, and Jordan Clarkson wind up having a 13, 14 point per game season, shot power, Jay Chosen and Nick Nason, me personally, I think somebody's gonna pick him up. Because you know what? They might say, "Damn, I see what he did. Look what he did to us on the Knicks last year. He ate us up in the playoffs last year. And if he become a free agent, and they say that same dude that's a free agent, he bust our ass in the playoffs. He killed us in the playoffs. That same GM gonna say, you know what? Let me go get that man. Let me go get him because I know what he could do with a basketball because he did it to us. And that's why I think people like Jordan Clarkson might still get it bad. But I do understand where you're going from with the CBA thing because, like, you're right. It's either you get money or you don't. But I think it also all depends on the organization. I really do. I think it all depends on how that organization is structured because if the organization got money and you, like you said, the Nets do got to fill a role. That's the only reason I'm saying he'll get money, whether it's the Nets or officially, he will get the money because they got to spend the money. They got to reach a certain threshold. Well, how much you can spend? So Jordan Clarkson, I don't give a fuck about going to the Nets. I'm getting $15 million.
Yeah, but the thing about it is for Jordan Clarkson, I think he's at that stage of his career is he wants to play for as far as contenders. And as far as contenders, more than likely what you're going to get is just like us, veterans minimum. That's as much as that he will probably get. Historically, once you even accept those listing terms, there's very few players who didn't come out of that historically. That's just the way that the league has run. And if you go back in time and go back in history and look it up, you'll see that that's just how that typically works. And for Jordan Clarkson, like you say, if you want to play for a contender, if he wants to go, to West Web, back into these cold places, and you know what I mean, that are isolated and doing that, he wanted out of there. And the worst way too was because, and I could see him still always accepting less here because Jordan Clarkson particularly is into fashion. He's a fashion dude. Right, so that's why he came here. This was a win. This was a win-win for him.
Yeah.
So that's why that payment point. But he knows, and his agent knows what comes with that. And his agent has probably told him that same thing. The only reason why you look at a guy like maybe, I can't remember his name, but he moved multiple times now, right? I think he's moved 3 times since they had their championship. Denver. What was the guy's name? Can't think of his name. The guard. Brown, right? Brown took the payment, but then boom, he never really got the time. His injuries, his this or that, and he's just been floating and moving around now. Why? Because he took that 1 point of that one payment. He took that payday, which you can't knock him for taking that payday. But right now, anything that comes to Brown and what's his name is veterans minimum. That's all that's all you're going to give him for now. Move it, for moving, Brown? And it's just a name.
He just, but remember Bruce Brown left Denver.
Yes, for the payday.
But he did got paid. He got paid by
Yes, he got a bag. But after that, you know what I'm saying? But after that, boom, veterans minimum. Veterans minimum. That's just the way that the league is it's unfortunate. It's the way the league is balanced right now. So it's
Yeah.
out of balance in some sense. So,
Let me just say this, man. If we when I'm gonna speak it into existence, when we win the championship, right? And Jordan Clarkson is part of that, and he's put back a year where he is close to that 6-man year, maybe 14 points, 15 points a game, then if you're correct with what you're saying, let the Knicks sign him again. How about that?
we
For
can't.
$2 million.
That's just the thing. That's just the thing about it is he would have to accept that. But if you saying off of the bag and what's name, we can't pay him. We don't have it. We just don't have it.
I understand. He definitely is going to incorporate the veteran minimum money, but maybe a high end of it, maybe a $4 or $5 million contract. Yeah, probably so. But right now, he already got 2 commercials in New York. He got a KNICKS commercial, he got a kids commercial, and he got another commercial doing some basketball. So he ain't worried about that little $4 or $5 million. And he's been in the league. I'm not trying to be in his pockets, but he done made some money already.
Yeah,
And
right.
like Nick Nature is saying, he probably is trying to strive to go to teams that want to win the chip. You know what I mean? This is at the end of his career. He wants the ring. He probably ain't he done had the bag already. He done had some bags. I mean, now I joke around. I say I make it rain. Now I don't make it rain. I make it drizzle. I don't make it rain. I make it drizzle a little bit.
I make it drip.
Right. You know what I mean? So that's what he's probably on with that now. But he's already got 2 commercials already. I done seen 2 commercials with him, all black leather suit, these black moon boot things on kicks.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I done seen that already, and he got another one playing basketball. Anyway, he making some bread here in New York. You know what I mean? So if you ain't gonna make the money, giving you the money like that, I'm pretty sure West. I ain't saying West doing this, but I'm pretty sure West knows some people to tell you, hey, give him a commercial, let him make $1 million or $2 off of promoting himself or something like that. I'm just saying.
And that
doing
anything for 1.5. How about that?
I think what he did this year was smart, and sometimes you gotta take a step back, take 2 steps ahead, and like that's just period. He betted on himself this year.
Took that by.
Yeah, he betted on himself. He said because Jordan Clarkson could have went anywhere and got $10-15 million, but he betted on himself. He knew that he had a chance to win a ring, get the off-court endorsements. But if the New York Knicks go win a championship or get to the finals, and they go to Jordan Clarkson next year, you think Jordan Clarkson gonna come back for $2 million at the way he done helped them get to? That if the New York Knicks get to the finals or win it, and he had a lot to do with it, you think Jordan Clarkson, gonna come back to New York Knicks next year for $2 million?
I know. I think it'll be more. It'll be the veterans minimum. But
I don't think it got to be over. I think
what was his buyout price? Let
me put it this way. Jordan Clarkson Knicks win a ring, but another team and New York Knicks. He said New York Knicks said I'll give you $5 million. The other team said I'll give you $10 million, and they got a team like the Knicks. He could go to anywhere that got a certain team built like the Knicks, and if that team has the money, sometimes it's about do they have the money. The Knicks didn't have it, so they didn't give it to him. Let's say next year, Jordan Clarkson go to a team that got cap space, but they right there. And they got cap space. I can give you because he works.
We agree.
Yeah,
we agree. But the bottom line is the Knicks we just don't have the ability to pay him. It's almost the same as like when we lost Hartenstein. We just didn't have. Yeah, you answered your own question. We don't have the ability to pay him. We don't have it. We just don't have it.
It's different than Hartenstein. I think Hartenstein had his first bag. That was his first bag, and he said, I'm going to go get this first bag. He probably even asked a couple fellas from the Knicks, man, do you think I should hold out a little bit? I like, because he liked it here, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. But he saw Oklahoma, who was a team that won, that was a team that could win again. And, he said, you know what? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to
He
go
made
out
a
there.
big, he
And
made
he
a
got
big
paid
decision.
heavy for his work. Jordan Clarkson
He
has
made a
been
good
paid
decision.
multiple times and probably still way more than what
Size 9
I
just
Heart
put-
got right
how much-
now.
How
He'll
much did Dennis Schroeder
probably
get paid
come.
this year?
He would probably even come back here for a vet minimum, just because he has built, like Shaw said, his life here now. The commercials, all those other things, and he could have got way
It's
more
gonna
money
take
in
that
different
minimum
places.
here. Depends on what it is and where he can go. If he wants to go,
Right.
if he wants to rent here, everybody coming back here next year. He ain't leaving.
100%.
They're going over the cap. Everybody gonna get what they
Hey,
want.
listen, I don't know. James Dolan don't roll like that, though. James Dolan don't roll like that.
Right.
James
And then we
Dolan
gotta
don't
get
roll.
Debo back because we need the white guy.
I-
Then we get Debo.
I think yeah, but that's what I was trying to say earlier about Jordan Clarkson. It wasn't about only the Knicks. What I was trying to say, he's worth the talent. His talent, he's worth $10 million in this market. 15, he's worth that. So it don't gotta be the Knicks.
Yeah, he coming off a buyout. He came off a contract off a buyout. I forgot what it was.
Buyout. Right. That's
Right.
right.
He came off a buyout. So he's not really legitimately a veteran minimum guy. He coming off of a contract. So I don't remember what the contract. I was trying to look it
Right
up.
there, Presley's saying it. That's about right.
Yeah. But that's the bottom line, is just that, but either way, we, as far as Knicks, won't have the ability to pay him. We don't have it. We ain't got it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because the money he's getting paid right now.
You can do it. You just got to relinquish some players.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. The New York Knicks right now can let Mitchell Robinson play out the whole year and still don't even offer him a contract. Then you will have the money because now you don't got to give Mitchell Robinson $15 million, $19 million. You could trade Cole again, and you could get rid of Yabusele.
Yep.
And all that. And the Knicks can have the money. Like I said, it all depends on what happens. If the New York Knicks don't sign Mitchell Robinson, they save $19 million. If the New York Knicks get rid of Yabusele, become Daddy, they and who else on the contract for the Knicks that probably won't be here next year? That's whoever might be.
Maybe
Yabusele, maybe Cole.
Yabusele might be here. I think he got a player option.
I thought it was a team option next year.
No, he has a player's option.
You know what? That was deja vu.
I think they trade him. I think they trade him.
Right.
But I do say this. But here's what I'm saying though. In a nutshell, though, you can get, let's say, let Mitchell Robinson walk. Now you're going to be under the second apron because you didn't sign him back over apron. So the Knicks might say, you know what? I could give Clarkson $7 million, and I can give $5 more million to Deuce McBride. Whatever. I'm just using the analogy. I'm not saying that's how it's going to happen, but we're going to lose a player, and that's why I keep bringing Mitchell Robinson up. The New York Knicks could do a lot with $20 million instead of taking a gamble. It's a gamble. Mitchell Robinson, I love him. It's a gamble, ladies and gentlemen. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. You ain't going to sit there and get that man that money. What happens if Mitchell Robinson goes up? See, Mitchell Robinson, different than him and Anunoby them. Mitchell Robinson has got one part of his body that just don't work for a big man. His ankles.
Right. And it's sad, but it's true.
Ankles, man. Yeah, it's sad. It's true. It ain't his fault. That's why I don't understand why people even be beating up on NBA players because they're not healthy. It ain't the man's fault that his extremity just messed up. That's why I hate when they be trying to clown AD. People act like these guys want to be injured. No, they just got parts of their body that just don't work for them. They muscles ain't right. They arms ain't right. They were born with bad feet. They were born with a weak heart. It ain't their fault. I mean, shit, nobody want to be hurt. But I do think Mitchell Robinson is 260 pounds, and he got the skinniest damn ankles I've ever seen. Smaller
ever. Sorry.
And I think for his position, up and down like this, and look, this is all Mitchell Robinson do. His game is predicated on this here.
Yep.
Year long.
And being bumped into all the time.
Year long.
Bang,
how long can he do that a whole year? Mitchell Robinson, and one thing I learned about Mitchell Robinson, he didn't know how to come down in the airspace right. I used to say, Mitchell Robinson, when you in the air, you got to know where your landing space is at. Like, it's another dude next to you. You got to be cognizant of where this dude is at. You know what I mean?
But Divine, give me some tall players who haven't had almost these same experiences. We all screamed that we wanted Kessler. Look at Kessler this year.
But that's not the point where I'm getting at, though. What I'm saying is, it's not about the NBA. Everybody get players. Shit, them the best players in the world. Greg Oden could have been. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. It's the money. Is the Knicks willing to sacrifice with a payroll of $200 million? If they willing to sacrifice Mitchell Robinson, you know what? If Mitchell Robinson would have played the whole year last year or part of the whole year, Knicks probably would have won the ring. That's the gamble I'm talking about. Mitchell Robinson missed 65 games last year. And when he got back, he wasn't this. He had it. Are the Knicks willing to do that for another 4 years on a bigger contract? Shit, we complain about Embiid them. Now you about to give Mitchell Robinson $20 million. We gonna be here talking about next year. Let Mitchell Robinson get hurt next year. Watch what we see.
And he came back fully healthy. He came back fully healthy because we still didn't go to the finals.
So in other words, what I'm saying, you might find a 6'10" power forward who could do the things Mitchell Robinson do and use Purdy as a backup. Because you might have to sacrifice somebody. Mitchell Robinson could be the sacrificial lamb for the Knicks because you can go get a 7-footer. You could go get a 6'10" dude who can block shots, get rebounds, but you also got somebody like Purdy who making $1 million who get the rebounds and the block shot. It's a balance. What I'm saying, I want the Knicks to sign Mitchell Robinson. I really do. I want the Knicks to sign Mitchell Robinson, but my opinion personally, here's another thing y'all forgot. Mitchell Robinson did not get drafted by this regime. Leon Rose did not bring Mitchell Robinson out of college. That was nobody from the old Knick regime. The only one left is Mitchell Robinson. No, Leon Rose going to bring the guys.
Would you? I would look. This is me. If it was me, I'm giving Mitchell Robinson a $48 million contract. But here's how I'm structuring the point of the contract. I'm giving you, you know what I mean? I'm giving you 16, right? I'm giving you another 16, another 16. But here's how I structure it. I'm giving you 1 year guaranteed. I'm giving you a 2-year team option after that. So if the point of it is where then you need to move or you need to do something with him, I'm in still point of control. And it's incentive. And some of that point is still, if that's a legal point of it, I'm giving some of it point, even that to 16 point incentive base, where you might still just make the 12. But if you get to 65 games, yeah, there you go. I'm giving you the 16, if that's possible. Because that's the point of what you still want, because you still want the player, but you want the player at some point of control of the player. So losing him doesn't really work because, unfortunately, we don't have anybody else. You know what I mean? Listen, I saw the upside and, you know, what possibly Huck Porty could be, but he ain't there. He ain't there yet. And if I'm a team that's saying, hey, I'm going for the championship here, well, what are we doing here? You gonna just throw Mitch out the ballpark? Nah, I'm holding on for a second.
Yeah,
it's cool because I know what he brings. Who what?
I just
what we do in the fourth quarter when he can't hit the free throws and we can't do those things. I think a
lot of variables. I don't think
there's a lot of variables. But what he still brings to the table, to me, honestly, I don't really care about as far as the fouls in certain senses. And the only reason why I don't, because number one, it gives people who are starting or backup fouls. It gives team fouls. That's part of team fouls. So if teams want to do it at times, and depending on where they do it at and how they do it, you know what I mean? But hey, you know what I'm saying here, because that puts us that makes us aggressive. Exactly.
I get it.
There is some valid points. There is some valid points on both spectrums of keeping Mitchell Robinson or letting him go. And it always comes down to following the money. Always comes down to following the money. Because right now, Mitchell Robinson, as much as I also am a homer for Mitchell Robinson, but I also run a business. Mitchell Robinson right now is at the best time to trade him right now because we may not sign. Now, if we are going to sign Mitchell Robinson back with this $14 to $17, $18 million for these 1 or 2 or 3 years, we're going to do that. It is possible that we can do that and still can keep Mitchell Robinson and pay him that money. A lot of these guys that's going to go next year because we got guys that's already signed. Deuce is signed. Cat is signed. All these OG is signed. Mikael Brunson, all these guys are Josh Hart, all these guys aside, their money's already in the bank. I mean, their money's already in the bank. Well, after we shred off the other contracts, then we'll have the leftover money plus the increase in the salary next year from all these new TV streaming systems and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to move Mitchell Robinson because I know what he could possibly do if we go up against some teams in the playoffs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But is it feasible to try to make a move for Mitchell Robinson right now in this salary cap style of basketball that they playing now? Yeah, it might be.
Check it out.
You know what I mean?
Here's another thing we all forgetting too. Real quick, I mean to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
Big Cat due for extension, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't even hit the $60 million, $2 million yet right now. He out at 50. Big Cat make 53 near. His contract goes up to $62 million. So that's $10 more million. This contract, hold up. Mikael Bridges' contract don't even kick in the next year. His money goes up. Where the hell are we getting all this money from?
And let me ask you a question. When is the Brunson,
That's why I don't think he's going to be here. Just the money thing. It's a money thing, yo.
When's
Big
the
Cat
new
gotta get
Brunson thing supposed to start? Remember, he gave up
I
some
think
money.
Brunson's kicking either
What
this
about
year
the
or
Brunson?
next year. Right. These guys' money going up big time. Big Cat going from 53 to 6, almost $10 million more.
Yep.
So if you give and then Mikael Bridges' contract kicks in next year. How you gonna give Mitch $20 million? You already gonna be damn near over the cap with them two getting extra money. So
I'm telling you, I am so
and that's the only reason I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing I'll talk about this stuff is about the business part of it. Because like I told you before, there's not too many dudes who could do what Mitchell Robinson could do. But ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna lose a player that you just love. Yes, it's gonna happen. You might as well buckle up because it happened. It happened there in the NBA. Look at the Boston Celtics. They loved them guys they had. They wanted Porzingis. They wanted Luke Cornett. They loved these dudes. That motherfucking cap money, bro. That luxury tax. These owners like, listen, I'm making money, but I'm not making money.
Right.
Yeah, you find on my jersey. I'm $120 million in the.
Right.
The Celtics is a different anomaly though because they bled from one CBA into the next, and those players eventually then had to go because if you wasn't bringing me championships and I'm paying $100 million in taxes, you know what I'm saying, to offset, you know what I mean. So that's where those guys had to go because that just wasn't working out. You got two guys with $300 million contracts, you know what I mean. So that's where that led everybody else. It was time for them to go anyway.
Let me ask you a question. Let me get a question. I'm gonna go around the board. Shaw Powers. Will Mitchell Robinson be a New York Knicks next year? In your humble opinion, I know we only guessing. Do you think he'd be a Knicks next year?
I'm gonna say it like this. There is a way that Mitch can be here. There is a way that they could financially get Mitch to get here and pay him because all the money that goes up, all the money they have money to pay all these. You know, what I mean, the contracts that they already signed to, the contracts I don't know if they eat into the into your thing. I think they're already equated into the cap. You know what I mean? It is a way that you would possibly get keep Mitchell for the money right now, and we push it for him. And the way his agent doesn't want him to play these minutes and stuff like that, I think they're trying to hold him back to make a big trade for him. I don't know if he stays. I don't know. I know either he leaves at the end of the year, but they ain't gonna let him leave. They ain't gonna let him leave without trying to trade him. They ain't gonna let him leave without trying to trade him. So I think he's gonna get traded.
I did this for you guys. Real quick. Let me put it up there. Y'all can alert it. I mean, this is a good conversation because I do think sometimes the business side we talk about players and coaches a lot, but we never talk about the business side of it. And we try to do it out here all the time. Back in the day, we throw up sports track. I'm gonna throw it up now because I think that plays a lot into what an organization want to do with financially, depending on the structure of the team's economics. And right here, I got the New York Knicks 2026-27 cap space right there.
And when that's done, if you don't mind, I'm gonna answer the question that you asked.
I will. Next year, $57 million for Cat. Anunoby $42 million. Jalen Brunson $37 million. Mikael Bridges 37. Now check this out, ladies and gentlemen. That is 5 players over $200 million. Damn near 57. That's 90, 91. 91, 138, 128, 160 something, 180 something.
166. That's
190.
166.
So you got 5 players then making $200 million. That whole roster right now, if you look at that whole roster, it got Kolick, Daddier, McBride next year. Yabusele, Josh Hart, and all them guys. That's $257 million in total cap allocation. Now, what the hit may be, that's a different story. And then you still got at the bottom, you have Mitchell Robinson, $24 million cap hit. You gonna put $300 million for cap hit into your organization next year. And on top of that, if you look at the guy that got signed right here, Jay Chosen, alone, you're gonna need more people to win a championship.
Yep.
These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys right there alone is 57, like I said, 99, 126. Am I right? Yeah, 126, 136. I'm sorry. 170, 190, 195, 199. Just these 4 players right here. These players I got on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players. That's $200 million. And let's say if the NBA salary cap second apron level is what next year? Let's say give it 210. Are the Knicks going to win a championship with all that money, and you don't even got Mitchell Robinson in there, and you already at $200-something million?
Right. And that's just your starting unit.
Yes.
And then we go back to the same problem we had before. No bench.
No bench. Exactly.
So we can't pay for it. We go back to the same problem, running our starters 40 minutes. Same problem.
I'm not sure what the numbers is. We got 9 players and we'll still have about maybe $18 to $20 million. We could get, Dink paid ain't going to be a lot of money. You know what I mean? The War is here. We bring up McCullough. That's another $2-3 million contract. They can make it work. You know what I mean? And still have a little bit of money to dangle over. You know what I mean? It's shaky, but I'm not worried about anything. I'm not sitting here being no GM now. Let me call Brock Holler. Give me my phone. Where's my phone? Let me call.
I'm on the phone with you. You won't be able to get him.
Let me call Brock right now. Let me call Brock.
Trying to call you. I
think it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to retain. See, and that's the thing we see. That's another thing. We keep talking about giving one player a lot of money. You make your team weaker. If you give certain players too much money, you don't got enough money to fill an arsenal. Like how you going to put more tools in the shed? You ain't got enough money to buy more tools.
I know it's coming off the books, but we're still paying PJ Tucker 2.3.
I don't know. I'll see. I got to answer your question. Me personally, I don't think Mitchell Robinson will be a Knick next year. That's my opinion.
I'm going to answer the question.
Not because I don't love him. Not because I don't think they need him. Not because I don't think he's good. I think the money is what's going to dictate this shit right here. Like I said, this year you got him, but if that means Mitchell Robinson's salary goes up next year, Mikal Bridges' salary goes up next year, Cat's salary goes up next year, this player's salary goes up next year, we're going to have a thin-ass team next year. And listen, don't forget, Josh Hart money is $22 next year. He only making $18 now, so you're getting $4 million from Josh Hart.
Yep.
Cat money go up about $7 million. Mikal Bridges' money goes up about $10 million because he was making 20-something. Now he's making 30-something million.
Yep.
It's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot of money.
All right. So really quickly, I'm gonna say why. And the answer to me is no. Mitch will not be on this team next year. He may not be on this team this year. I'm just saying that now because of the need to have a 30-plus minute player available to be playing this year right now a taller man who could get maybe 10 rebounds, a block, and 13 points. We'd be happy with that. But
Wow.
as of next year, that was just a toss in. As of next year, I highly, highly doubt that Mitch comes back. So, and there's many reasons for it. Injury history, the ankle, the leg being hurt quite a bit. I will toss in a few things like the free throws. Even though I get your point. I say it all the time. Let them keep fouling them and then pull them out. Let other people shoot the free throws. But we have Hakaporti for the moment. We have Jemison for the moment. For the 40 days we could use them. We have these other brothers right now, and we could go out next year and make it a priority to get maybe two big guys. Maybe we get a Mark Williams. Maybe we get somebody else. And Mark Williams will cost a third of what Mitch would cost, or at least half. And then we could add another player in there. Maybe a Debo. I don't know. It depends on what the amounts are. But I think because of the money,
everybody money going up, bro. Jalen Brunson making 34 this year. He makes 60. He makes 40 next year. Mikal made 24 this year. He makes 40 next year. 30 something.
Jay frozen.
Okay.
Oh, Jay was frozen. He was in the Matrix.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. I was like, I was frozen chosen for a second there. I was like, oh, but you listen. So because of the play, because he's not playing the minutes that we need him to play, because he's not playing back to backs, because he's on injury timeout, and because of all those things, it's unfortunate. It might hurt, but the fact is, we can't have it on a team that wants to consistently try to win a championship, and that's it. And they're gonna go after. I just don't think it. And it's also not Mike Brown's guy. He's not. He's the previous guy's guy. He's not Mike Brown's guy. He's not even part of that.
He's not Leon Rhodes' guy neither.
He's not even Leon's guy, right? He's right. So
nobody from that old regime is here except for Mitchell Robinson. That's why he's the last domino for me. And Shop Howard said that. That's why I said I mean last year, James, when I said they're going to trade Randall. I said watch them trade all these guys that they didn't bring in here. They want to make sure they got a stamp on their organization. When Leon Rhodes win this ring, he wanted to make sure it's the guy that he done it. He brought it here. He facilitated all this stuff. And even though the guy is good, but Mitchell Robinson going from with everybody's salary going up, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all tell me the Knicks don't get Mitchell Robinson 19 million when Jalen Brunson's salary going up, when Mikal Bridges' salary going up, with Cat's salary going up, everybody's salary going up, and y'all think Knicks gonna get Mitchell Robinson $19 million when they already got players who's going up astronomically next year. That's crazy.
You know that Mitch's salary right now is 10% of our whole salary right now.
I wouldn't do that.
Right here, I got each one of them. 10% of our salary goes to Mitch, and he only plays 15 minutes a game and never back-to-backs.
And nobody, here's another thing we got to remember, ladies and gentlemen. It's only the 22nd game. The season ain't over yet.
No,
A long season. A lot of shit can happen between now and then. Shit, they could trade Anunoby tomorrow. All depends who walk up in that door. The right piece come up here. Other than Jalen Brunson, anybody can get it. If it's going to make them better to win a championship, I don't give a who it is.
Well, for me, I'm going to say that he's still here.
Okay.
The only reason why I'm going to say he's still here is that it's still twofold for me in that sense. If he's here at the point of the trade, if he gets past the point of the trade deadline, I say they definitely probably keep him. And the only reason why I say they definitely keep him is because that means there's some kind of deal or words or whatever it may be were done already. You know what I mean? In that sense. But if I believe, and the only reason why, like I say, if it's at the point of the trade deadline, like I say, once he gets past that, because I think if opportunities present themselves and they said, hey, we need Mitch to be a part of that deal, yeah, then they move him. But I think that we're mentioning these numbers like 12 million, 14 million, 16 million, 18 million. It's unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, because these guys are getting their bag. But for us as regular humans, day-to-day workers, that number sounds crazy. But that number is the bottom of the lines now. And you know what I mean? For a productive player, for what percentage of what you're getting from him, 18, 12, 16, 18 million dollars is still not a lot. Look at what Milwaukee did. Milwaukee said, hey, we know that Dame, that you could come back, but they are paying Dame $20 million a year still.
Right.
And not on the team. So it just tells you that the value of the number in which we are looking at, in which we hold dear and believe that, like, oh yeah, that's a lot of money for a player. $16 million, unfortunately or fortunately, is really not. That's just a complimentary player. But for the price of what Mitch is getting paid for even if you want to say, hey, he's in, he's out, he's this, but when he is there, the value in which he is giving us complements almost to a $25 million player. It sounds crazy, right? But you see where I'm coming from with that, right? Where that it's just a value.
But you
point
brought
of
up
that number.
a point that's going to help.
I want to make a good point. I want to piggyback on the point you just made.
Yeah, me too.
You just said about Dame and that money they paying Dame.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Giannis want to get traded, because they can't build their team.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's why
That's
I'm
the
dying
reason-
to say
that's
I get it.
stupid it was. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you gonna let this dude go. Now you got his money on the books. Now you can't go get dudes that he wants you to play with him.
Yes, they use a stretch provision, but the point of it is I was trying to express the point of value of how we as regular people see money and the business nature of what it has become. Because for us, that just sounds ludicrous. We're like, yo, are you kidding me, man? I could have this player, we could do this player, we could do that player. But the point of it is that money that which we see, 14, 16, what's this? Those are complementary player numbers. They're not starter, but we're used to that being that money. But now, but you know what I mean? But the world has changed. The Jeff Bezos and all of them, they have changed the world by, you know what I'm saying? By now, all of a sudden he's on Amazon. You know what I mean? You know, the place is going crazy. We got games on YouTube now, right? You know what I'm saying? So the value of point of where money now is coming from all these places, because now the game has definitely become so much more worldwide when you're hitting all these other streams. So what we think of it is like, oh my God, you know, this name Mitch. But honestly, if we pay Mitch and Mitch agrees to a point, if we can get Mitch, like, say anywhere between 16 million, 18 million, we're not paying Mitch 20. That part I don't believe is even going to happen. Because if and I'll tell you like this, if his agent says, hey, we want 20 million and what's name this, then 100% he is moved. Yep. I believe he is moved in. You know, because we can't pay that.
Yeah, even at 18 million, he's moved to me. I'm sorry. I think
Mitchell Robinson, I honestly believe, this is my personal opinion, and I eat crow later. You know, put some sweet baby rays on it, whatever. I eat the shit. I don't care. I just think that with the amount of money the New York Knicks is kicking out next year, they ain't gonna be able to afford Mitchell Robinson because of the new CBA. I'm gonna tell you something about James Dolan. Y'all can talk about Knicks make a lot of money. New York got the highest fucking tax in the world. That because James Dolan make money, don't mean that you want to spend money. Like he would at one time. James Dolan would dish out money all over the place. But this new CBA has got a cramp on the franchise right now. Going into next year, if the New York Knicks don't win a chip next year, they got all that money on the books. They can't get better. You mean to tell me if the New York Knicks this year don't win a chip, how they gonna get better next year? They don't got the money. How they gonna get better? You gonna have to move somebody, because if you don't win the chip this year, that means your team wasn't good enough. So what you gonna do next year? And you cap strap. You think bringing Mitchell Robinson back on $19 million next year, if they don't win it this year with Mitchell Robinson, and they got a chance to take that money and get better, maybe not at his position, they got a guy at his position. They got Big Cat at the center spot. They can go get a 6'10" power forward who can do what Mitch do and score the ball for $15 million. Come on, man. I love Mitchell Robinson. But you ready to tell me there ain't another dude out there who could do what Mitchell Robinson do and get buckets?
And get buckets and hit a free throw?
Right.
Listen,
and not have to get pulled out in the fourth quarter. Let really quick.
Name him. Name them.
I would have to go. Listen, I would have to go through every player in the NBA and see who available. I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to. That's crazy to ask me to do that because I would have to go through every 425 players. First, see who available. Hold on for a minute. First, see who will be a free agent. First, see what team is available for him to be out there. But there are guys in the NBA who could do things that could compensate. We just got to go get a guy who could rebound good, and he might just be a rebounder dude only. But
we got him. We got
Yeah,
him. If they really structured to go ahead after moving Mitchell Robinson, there is a way to move Mitchell Robinson and get exactly what everybody on this panel is probably talking about: a small forward to a power forward, a guy from 6'6" to 6'9", 6'10" that can fill that role. We also have somebody on the bench, you know what I mean, and for that role. You know what I mean, DeWan, he's not ready yet, but he's there. He's 19 years old, but he ain't there. But there is a guy that we can make moves and still have stability at the center position, not knowing how he's going to play because he hasn't played these minutes yet. And Party, it will be a learning experience for him. Of course, it would be, but he does what we need: rebound the basketball, block shots, and he can score the basketball. And when he gets the free throw, when he gets the free throw line, he can knock down the free throw. We move Mitchell Robinson for someone like a Herb Jones. Are we really going to complain that much? Is it really going to be that much?
We picking a guy apart. We pick a guy. I'm saying we pick a guy apart that we see night to night, right? Because you know what I mean. We love Mitch and what's name. But I'm going to say this though, and this is the reason why I say why is go out there and you tell somebody's because Mitchell Robinson is actually an anomaly. And we're so used to it as a Knicks. We're used to it as Knicks fans because we see it day to day. And to think that there's just people out there that could do what Mitch does, no. You give me somebody that has given Mitch Robinson almost is averaging 15 to 17 minutes a game. You give me somebody that's averaging 8 or 9 rebounds, offensive rebounds a game. What he has to do and what other teams have to do to exactly, and what other teams have to do to even keep him off the boards, to slow down what's name here. I like Jones, but Jones is one guy, and it'll take one guy to hold Jones off. It takes multiple players to keep Mitchell Robinson out of that paint, and he does what he does is also he slows down your offense now because all of a sudden you have to stay there to secure that rebound and have to go back. What's name? So what he does is an anomaly.
You brought up a great
I got another great mind. Kind of understand where I'm coming from with this right here. Queen said, even at $16 million, the question isn't $16 million a lot of money for a player in today's NBA. The question is, do you want to go over the second apron and risk not being able to improve your team? That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. If the New York Knicks don't win a ring with Mitchell Robinson this year, you're going to send him back next year. We ain't going to be able to improve our team. So we the same team coming in the last year. We saw the same team coming in next year with the same team that came in this year, and we didn't win it. So what do you do?
I agree. But is he hurting us? Is he hurting us, though? Is Mitch hurting us?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about listen, Mitchell Robinson is not about hurting us. It's not even about, I'm trying to tell you, it had nothing to do with his skills. It's the money. The New York Knicks is
follow the money, baby.
Listen, the New York Knicks will be in the second apron like crazy next year. Ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Brunson, everybody contract on the New York Knicks is going up tremendously. My man made $24 million this year. What are he making next year? They're there $40 million. Jalen Brunson contract going up, Cat contract going up. Everybody's contract is going up because they didn't do them contract like when Mitch first got a contract. His contract was rescinded. I guess I want to say it. Everybody's contract on the New York Knicks next year is going up. If the New York Knicks don't win a chip this year, how are we going to win a chip? We can't sign nobody.
And they're getting older.
We got to be listen. It's teams right now got cap space to go out there and sign 2 superstars and win a ring. If the New York Knicks don't win a ring this year, what are they going to do next year when they go into the season? Tell me literally what the Knicks are going to do. You can't bring back the same team.
Too. That's right, John. You
can't bring back the same group of players if they're not going to be able to win this year, and the NBA might get better next year. I think right now, to me, even in the situation, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, these contracts are going up big time. And the CBA is the one, like John McDonald said, the CBA is the one killing the game. It's not that we don't love Mitchell Robinson. I want Mitchell Robinson to be a Knick forever. I want Deuce and Bride to be in the Knicks forever. Unfortunately, it's not the way it works.
But don't you think we're a better team if we keep him? And the argument for continuity, the argument for
Of
the
course.
first year of implementing in the system.
Stuff you talk about Nick Nation. It's not us. It's the Knicks.
It's hard to say.
It's Leon Rose in them. It's not us.
It's hard to say because we haven't. First of all, we haven't got through this year. We don't know what's going to happen through this whole course of this year. Let's say if something happened, we don't know until the end of the year. But until then, we only assuming that we're going to be going to the final. My prediction the Knicks go to the final. I mean, they're going to get there. That don't mean that all out. Like, listen, we got players going down now right now. We got Deuce and Bride down. We got Shamit down. Who's to say Cat or Brunson or anybody don't go down? That's the NBA. Everybody get hurt. We got to make sure going into next year that we have enough money to improve our team. Because listen, like I said, if you get a guy on a Knicks team who can score the ball real well, and you might not need all that offense rebounding because they ain't missing no shots.
You know what? Can I read
you
what,
get the
what
right people
Dope
around
said?
this team. You might not need Mitchell Robinson's game, maybe because if you go get a shot blocking center, a rebounding center, but you also got money to put another guy in that mix, in that second unit who got size and can score to help these other guys out. You might not have to depend on that. And don't get me wrong, every night you're not going to score the ball. That's reality, But that don't mean you can't compensate Mitchell's skill set with a group of players, 2 or 3 of them. You never know. I just don't think
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's
one doubt. But let me tell you something. That's why I love you guys, and I love being on these shows because, like you said, it's a point of a conversation of bouncing it back and forth. And let me tell you something. There's nothing more than I love that. It reminds me of actually being, back home in the Bronx or Brooklyn and hanging out, coming out the store, just play some ball. We all dropping a 40 and talking crap about our Knicks and what's that. Mm-hmm. That's why I love this point of conversation. It's it's smooth more on adult style. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point right there, Divine. That is
another
great point.
But listen, another center may get
this is a great point from Dope Soul.
But you'll get 60 to the 70 games. See, that's the whole point. She dead on with that. Another center may give you 68. Let me read the chat, please. Let me read the chat. Another center may give you 68% of what Mitchell Robinson gives you, but you are getting 68% for 70 plus games. I would take 100% of Mitchell Robinson 25% of the time. She's dead on with that. I wish Mitchell Robinson can play. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about him. Let me tell you, it's the risk factor, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's what we all missing. The risk factor.
Yes,
the risk factor causes me got me hesitated about Mitchell Robinson. And I'm a Mitchell Robinson lover, but I'm also a realist.
Right. We've seen what we've been through.
Yeah, right. That's the scary part. And for you got to think about what the Knicks is for. Them the ones. It's the scary part. If Mitchell Robinson get hurt this year, what we gonna say then when he go to the playoffs? I'm hoping he don't. But if it happens because of the percentage of that he has been hurt, we all the time in the back of our mind, him and Anunoby, especially him and Anunoby, when they hit that damn floor,
man.
Yo, we be like,
I hold my heart, I hold my eyes, I be like this. No,
Robinson and my man Anunoby hit that floor. We be here like, oh shit.
Right. Oh God, I'm about to have a heart attack. Listen, I've been feeling like this for 2 years. Then I had a conversation with Shah and Divine, and they were like, but look what he does compared to that. And I started watching it, and I was like, man, you're right. There is very little people that could offensive rebound, that could set the pick, that could help another player get the defense. To get another
2 guys
rebound.
on him at every time, man.
What he did to Randall's rebounding game was amazing. You said, is he hurting us this year? I'm going to answer that. Yes. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why he's hurting us. He's not playing every game. He's not playing full games, and he's not giving us 100% of a player. He's giving us 15 minutes. If it's back to back, he's only giving us 15 minutes for 2 games. And then any other time he gives us 15 minutes. Then offensively, nothing. And at the line, 17%. So I say, yes, he is hurting us. But at the same token, do I want him in there? I do want him in there because his offensive rebounds ridiculous. If he gets 9 of them, that's 27 extra possible points we could get. Right. The fact of the matter is he's not in there for that. And so that take that away and add in the fact that if you could get a player, I'm going to stay with the same name because his career is 13, 10, and 4, and that's Mark Williams.
Mark Williams plays on Mark Williams plays on Charlotte, right?
Nah,
he's on Charlotte.
He's
in Phoenix now, all right? Because on Charlotte,
he's in
like
Phoenix.
I say,
him and Nick Richards went to Phoenix.
Okay,
but even if it's not Mark Williams, what my point being is, if you could get somebody to get in there, and they're going to drop 15 for you, they're going to get you 10 rebounds, they're going to play 68 games in the year and extra games in the playoffs. They're going to do it for the same amount of money or less because we can't afford to get a Jokic or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we're going to have to get those type of players. So we're not going to give $48 million to a guy who's giving us 25, like, those numbers right there, 25% of the time he's playing.
Real quick, my man JJ 47K percent, but here's important too. And I'm glad you did. My great mind thinking like whether you want or not. You see what the Denver Nuggets did, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you what the Denver Nuggets did. They got rid of Michael Porter Jr. They lost. They went and got a $10 million Jonas Valanciunas
for the backup role,
ladies and gentlemen. Body mother with all over the place. Now they second in the West. They will be right there because there is guys that you could put in. Like Valanciunas is a bully, a rebounding demon. $10 million. Wasn't that the guy we were talking about last year? Like the Denver Nuggets backing up Jokic and them with the street. Sometimes you got to let these players go and get players that like Valanciunas get you the same thing Mitchell Robinson can do. Maybe not the defense, but the buckets. With Denver probably glad that he do. He's a good rebounder. Bodies motherfuckers. Get rebounds, eating chokers up. Yep. They got him for $10 million.
And now my pushback to you guys. My pushback is to you guys is this. One, Mitchell Robinson doesn't set the time of when he plays and how much time he plays. He doesn't do that. That's the coaching staff, and that's the organization. The organization his trainer, his agents, and all that. They've all come to some kind of an agreement. If this gets us to where all of a sudden the medical staff and whoever else, and this gets us the results that we want. And currently, right now, it is getting us the results that we want. So therefore, I'm not going to advocate and to fight to push a guy out where I see currently what is happening now. It is working. I do get it, and I go off his past history because believe me too, I'm frustrated as as all heck, not seeing that when our guys are not out there. But I'm still going to advocate for Mitch because he's still a Knick. He's still on his team. I still see what his value does on a day-to-day basis. You guys can call it and say, hey, even if it's 2-3 minutes, he's still getting us what's the name. If we remove that, what happens if we remove that?
He's been playing about 24 minutes the last couple of games to about 23, 24 minutes. So,
and because it's possible that they're ramping him up.
We could have got Jonas Valanciunas last year.
1 minute. Hold on for a minute. Let me make a correction here. Not you guys. I didn't say anything about Mitch's game. I'm not even speaking about Mitch's game in this whole segment. So it's not you guys. Divine is a Mitch Homer. What I'm saying, I'm talking about the money only. I'm not talking about Mitchell Robinson's game, what he do. Mitchell Robinson is the most dominant player we had at that spot in New York. He changed the basketball game for the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. When he's on the court, the Knicks is damn near hard to beat. But that's not my point. My point is, with all this money we got allocated to Jalen Brunson, Anunoby, Carl Towns, Mitchell, all these dudes, I just want to know where they gonna sign Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, I wish he'd be the Knick for the rest of his life because I love Mitchell Robinson. But reality sets in. Mitchell Robinson They might not be able to sign him, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about because he's not good of a player. It's not because he's set screen, not because he's a demon, not because his offense rebounding. A lot of people going to lose players they don't like because of the CBA. That's all I'm trying to say. And we ain't what I'm saying. We already got our major guys already signed. Unless you're going to trade, you could trade Carl Anthony Towns to keep Mitchell Robinson. You could trade Anunoby to keep Mitchell Robinson. You could trade Brunson to keep Mitchell Robinson. That's what you want to do. That's not reality. The reality is next year, Mikal Bridges is going for $24 to $40 million. That's $15 more million. Hold up. Jalen Brunson is going from 34 to 40. So that's 15 million, 6 million. That's 21 million. Anunoby is going to be at 39. So he's going up a couple of million this year. Big Cat going up to 60 million. That's almost $25 million in increased salary. Then you still got to counter in the other dudes. All I'm saying is this here. The order to have a championship roster, you had to have a deep roster. Unless you're going to be able to find a Jordan Clarkson of the world again, to find guys at $2 million who could do what they do, if you ain't going to find players like that again, it's going to be hard to structure this team with a salary cap over 250. You almost $40 million over the second apron. That means James Dolan got to pay damn near $100 million extra in taxes. That means like y'all crazy.
But to be honest, Devon, we are really speaking in hyperbole because none of us know what between Mitch and what his agent has asked for. Those are just was suggested numbers that there were, I forgot his guy's name, Bondi and someone else that reported that this is what possibly, according to, whatever sources that they have, that this is what Mitch could be possibly asking for. But none of us actually know because you know what I'm saying? So we can't just say that, hey, he's going to, what's the name is. Mitch may turn around and say, you know what? He might be real. He might all of a sudden say, well, because his agent is out there saying, hey, Mitch, I can't find nobody that's willing to pay you more than $9 million. So that's why I say is that we don't really know. You know what I'm saying? But it is possible because all of a sudden, like they say, his injury history, his this, is that, and there may not be teams out there that are willing, like you guys say, willing to pay him this, this amount of money, 20 million, 16 million, 14 million. We don't know, but we do know that Mitch loves it here in New York. He likes the team. He likes, you know what I'm saying? He likes coming here. He enjoys it. He's very happy and content. And let's be honest. When we look at him and the minutes that he's getting, he's extremely happy. I haven't seen Mitch disgruntled like, hey, I haven't seen him post about, hey, I want the ball more. I want more minutes more. He seems to be on point and on track for what they're doing and what's there. And I'm going to keep advocating for that point of Mitch of being here because like I see the value and what he gives. I don't know what the unknown will come in here. And we can't argue two things. I know how, like Jay, you'd like to say, argue about two things and two things being right. But also, you guys did the same argument for Yabusele. Guys said that, hey, Yabusele played 25 minutes prior to his what's name here, and we're not seeing that production. But we're seeing instantaneously production from Mitch, just averaging 15, 17, 18 minutes a game. So, you know what I mean? So to say, hey, I'm going to bring a player in, and I'm automatically saying a center here because what center is coming here? The way that we are constituted right now, the way that our front lineup is, right? To say, hey, I'm coming in and I'm going to get this guy 25, 30 minutes. No, because we see that, hey, this is what we're playing Cat as, and Cat's getting these amount of minutes. There's just not enough minutes in that situation for that. So you can't have an argument on both sides of it. You know what I mean? In that sense where, hey, Yabusele comes in, he's not getting enough minutes. He's not getting enough minutes, so his production's what's named.
But that's not
Mitchell Robinson is getting minimal minutes giving us.
Mitchell Robinson getting minimum minutes because he's working his way back into shape. Once Mitchell Robinson get in shape, Mitchell Robinson will be getting his minutes. Mitchell Robinson is coming off an injury. He just coming off an injury. I'm not. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what y'all keep coming up with. We saying. I'm not saying anything.
No.
Let me finish.
He didn't come off injury.
Mitchell Robinson came off an injury last year. He missed 65 games last year. Yep. Into the regular season, that's kind of coming off an injury. He got to the playoffs. He got to the end of the season, coming off a season where he hadn't played since Joel Embiid put him on the floor. Mr. Robinson missed a whole year of basketball. So you just don't get back in the muscle shape in all season. It might take you just as much time to get back in shape. So that's the reason I'm saying he comes off an injury, because last year when he came back, when the Knicks got to the playoffs, he just been out of rotation for a whole year. A whole year. So that means even through the playoffs, Mitchell Robinson wasn't even himself. Listen, make no mistake about it. It's not nobody's questioning Mitchell Robinson's talent. I don't know why we keep coming up with that. Nobody here is questioning Mitchell Robinson's talent. Nobody.
No, I'm not saying the point to his talent. I'm just saying that the minutes.
But the minutes will come gradually because he got to work. The reason why Mitchell Robinson is coming off back-to-back, Mitchell Robinson, I think in one game, Danny tweaked himself. I mean, see, that's the scary part about it, Shaw Powers.
Mitch also said that he's trying to work back to get to 7 minutes straight on the court too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Working to get himself back to working 7 minutes straight. I think that's another reason why they fluctuate this 4.5, 5 minutes thing that they've been talking about. First 4 or 5 minutes. He even said he wants to get back to be able to be on the court at least 7 minutes. So he himself is not feeling like he's all the way there.
Size 9 said he was hurt against the Pistons. Right. But what I'm saying is Mitchell Robinson gonna be a terror once he get in his game shape. Ain't nobody cussing Mitchell Robinson's talent. Not me. I'm a homer. You know, but I'm also a businessman. That's all I'm trying to say. The New York Knicks got a lot of damn money out there, ladies and gentlemen. They got a lot of money. And if you don't think money matters, I don't care what market you in. You don't think that money matters, especially in the economy in this country right now where the economy is fucked up. It might not be, even you might not think them guys, they pay money too. They pay taxes too. They do all this shit we do. They might do it at a higher scale, and they might got more money to pay their bills every day. But at the same time, they make more money. They pay more taxes. They got more money, more problems, basically. But what I'm saying with Mitchell Robinson, I hope the Knicks can sign Mitchell Robinson. That's what I was trying to tell you. I hope the Knicks can send him for 4 years, 60 million. But I don't think he's gonna. I'm just thinking. I don't think he's gonna be here. That's all I was trying to say. Not about nothing else. I don't think that Mitchell Robinson's gonna be here. That's all it. Not because of his talent. Not because the Knicks this. Not because he's not that. I just don't think the Knicks gonna sign Mitchell Robinson because of the money. I don't think they're gonna be able to afford Mitchell Robinson. Because I'm gonna tell you why. The New York Knicks say I'll give you 15 million. What about somebody say, you know what, I'll give you 20 million. Mitch out of here. He got a baby to feed. He got a family, he got houses, he got cars and shit. You know what I mean? If somebody say, I'll give you 10 million, what about the next team say, I'm gonna give you 15 million? Mitch might say, I'm out. He might send him out. It's 30, like it's the other teams who could bid with him. So if the Knicks let Mitchell Robinson go into free agency, they've been against themselves. Because the Knicks that are going to free agency next year, they said, well, Mitch, we gonna offer you 15 million. What about somebody say, I'm gonna give you 20 million and this and this?
No, I get it. Believe me, I've just been pushing and fighting back against Jay Chosen because Jay Chosen's tried to push Mitch out for the last 2 years.
But look, I've been
next time say Jay Chosen.
But I've been thinking like a businessman those 2 years. Because these players are commodity.
We gotta be. I understand where you're coming from.
No, you're 100% right.
But
I have been doing that.
Deuce, he is calling McBride Deuce now.
Miles.
So we gotta take that in. We gotta take that too. All right.
Right. I gave Mac Deuce, right, Shaw? I gave Mac Deuce.
You did.
Ladies and gentlemen. Here's the good thing, though. Mitchell Robinson will be in Las Vegas tomorrow night, being a
That's
demon.
a fact. Trying to get that money. Trying to get that stuff more support for the big checks he got.
Me and him were talking about the money after a while. But right now, he's going to be in Vegas.
His name is Deuce now, Shaw. I'll tell you that. I told you that already.
It's going to be interesting tomorrow, man. But great conversation, though. See, this is what makes this stuff so good, because great minds, when you got a lot of different opinions, they all come together as one, and it's a strong opinion. You know what I mean? Because nobody's right and wrong here, nobody debating here. We see things various ways. And let me say, he said if Vucevic is worth 20 million salaries, Sherman said if Nikola Vucevic is worth 20 million salary, what do you think Mitch is worth? He got a great point.
Forget that. Hold on, I got a question before we even say something about that. If the trade comes for DiVincenzo and it's Yabusele, it's Tyler Kolek, and it's Deuce McBride, you doing it?
Say it again.
For who?
Deuce McBride, Yabusele, and Tyler Kolek for DiVincenzo. Yeah, I like everybody's faces. I just like
I'm
because
based
it might not happen.
on that. Here's 150 on that.
No.
I think I'm gonna say this. I think that
It's
right
too much
now,
moving part.
Deuce. I said Deuce has been playing very, very well, and he has stepped up to where I wanted to see him play. I only say things to where I want to see the person play. I know that Miles, who was getting 9, 1, and 1 a game, wasn't playing to his ability. But when he turned the Deuce on, like the bat signal went up.
Due to the train.
Right. Then he was getting 17, 15, 14. That's the Deuce we need, because we need that bench play. We have a rough time with that. Clarkson and Deuce and Hart now, we have a full bench like that. If we keep, I think to end this conversation, or not end it, but like to add to this conversation, you want to keep that going for next year in any sort of fashion. You can't keep somebody who with that money, and that includes Yabusele, that includes Mitch, that includes a handful of people, and you could trade, but I believe they will be traded by deadline. I really do.
You said, even though we don't know if Minnesota do that, you said Deuce and Bride, Pacone Daddier, Tyler Kolek for DiVincenzo.
Bacombe Daddier, you said, or I thought you said
Tyler
Kolek.
Tyler Kolek, Yabusele, and Deuce McBride.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Here's why. Here's the only reason I'm doing it. We in win now mode. We want to ring this year, next year. I want it right now. We ain't out and DiVincenzo. I think DiVincenzo back. I think DiVincenzo back with them Villanova boys.
Hell
Big
yes.
Cat. Them Villanova boys, Big Cat. Been in that situation before because he helped us get to the I would have to go yes. I would have to go.
I need that up in my head. I got to check the money because in order to do that, we got to bring up
make 11 million, right?
We definitely have to bring up 2 more people. We give it out 3 and get 1 back. We definitely have to get 2 more people.
You close. You close.
You close. Yeah, you close.
Yeah, but the people, it's the 14. The 14 on the team. It's the 14 on the team.
Now I would do this. I do this. Let me put it like this here.
Would you trade Mitch for DiVincenzo right now?
11.
Mitch for DiVincenzo?
Because that's the money, right? That's the number.
They don't want Mitch.
Here's the reason why I wouldn't do that.
They don't want Mitch
because that's too much blood. We decimate our big guys. Now,
right?
If you say Yabusele and Deuce,
right?
Yabusele and I love Deuce. I only want to trade Deuce. He's one another guy like Mitch. I want to be here a lifetime.
Right.
But here's why Yabusele. I do Yabusele and Deuce. DiVincenzo gives you what Deuce gives you.
Right.
We could get another Yabusele in there.
Got to put Tyler. Got to put Tyler Cole in there. We got to give out more money than we get. We got to give out 12. If he's 12 million, we got to give out 12.1 million with 12.1.
Why?
Could it be Daddier instead of
Cole? They in the second apron too.
Oh, they are.
So, yeah, they. If I'm not mistaken, I'm almost sure they're in that second. They definitely passed the first apron. I know that for they almost like us. They got to make a trade for a trade. They got to be meaningful. I don't think we could do it anyway. I just throwing it out there.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind though. I wouldn't mind Deuce and Yabusele. Here's why I say that. Even you got to add somebody else, but I think whatever how you make the salary work, them the 2 main dudes. I do think that DiVincenzo helped the New York Knicks hit one of the biggest shots in franchise history.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
That boy can knock him down. He can knock him down. He got dog in him. He know how to play with Jalen Brunson. He know how to play with Josh Hart. He know how to play with DiVincenzo. I mean, he know how to play with
Mikhail.
He know the Knicks coacher. Just like Nick Nation said, he know the Knicks coacher. They love that dude. But I also think that he got it here. And he's a winner. Know why? See, one thing about me, I don't care how talented you are. I like winning players because there's a lot of people got talent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people got talent, but they're not winning players. DiVincenzo's a winning player. He won on a high school college level, and he damn near
Watch this
won
one.
on
I got another one. We get DiVincenzo.
And he almost single-handedly, not single-handedly, but him and Brunson almost won that whole thing for us when we only had 5.5 players. They almost won the whole thing for us. And he's white. He's a white guy.
We get DiVincenzo. we get DiVincenzo back. Who stars? DiVincenzo or Josh Hart?
Josh Hart. I like Josh Hart. I think Josh Hart helps Cat with that rebounding tremendously.
He does. I like him back in that starting lineup.
I tell you what, though.
He pushes the pace.
I tell you what. Him and Jordan Clarkson be a problem for teams back there.
What are you kidding me? DiVincenzo, Clarkson, and Mitch just for now coming off that bench? That'd be stupid.
But listen, Knicks ain't trade nobody.
Did you guys read the report about with Josh Hart? Why he's been on such a better role as far as offense?
No, breast milk.
Well, no.
Breast milk.
You threw me off. I was like, wait,
yo,
what?
Hold on, stop.
You threw me off. I was like, wait, what?
Hey,
I was like, breast milk.
Hey, it works.
Breast milk.
I lost 22 pounds.
Okay.
I was like, breast milk. I was like, breast milk.
What?
Threw me off. I was like, wait, what?
I had to get Nick from that.
I was stunned. I was like, wait, what? What's happening? What, breast milk?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, if it is breast milk, I'm going to get some.
I'll take a gallon. I'm at the bodega. Give me a gallon.
I'll be like, yo, Poppy, you got breast milk?
I didn't mean to throw you off, bro. I just had to get that one in there.
It does work. I'm gonna tell you, look,
nah,
it does work.
But he's accredited to the new shooting coach that they got.
Okay.
He said that his shooting coach, I guess, which was weird to me, just sounding, is that he had a shooting coach, but the guy who he was in California. So he didn't travel, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't travel with them. This guy is somebody who is, employed. I think his name is Pete. He's employed by, the Knicks, and he's on the staff. So he said that he's been consistently working with him. And he says he's seen that's where the progress has been in his game. Because he has, every time he slides out a little bit, this guy is homing him right back in. And I guess I'm assuming along with the practices, because they literally have more physical practices now. Right. So that's where that's what he's accredited to, why his offensive game has stepped up so much.
He knocked him down too, man. He knocked him down. That mid-range, that mini-game is?
Soto didn't steal more than 3 bags a year. Soto from the Mets didn't steal more than 3 bags a year. I think once he had 10. Last year, he had a new first base coach and got 30.
Wow.
And he said, all you have to do is take a few steps and go. And he ended up with 30. So I can believe something like that.
You know what?
And also Soto was drinking breast milk too. So
it worked out well. Game coming up for the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, is important. I think the Detroit Pistons got the Hawks either tonight or I think it's tonight, but on Monday, the Detroit Pistons on the 18th, they play in Boston. I just want y'all to keep an eye on this. They play the Hawks tonight, but I think they're in Detroit. I think it's tonight or tomorrow. Then they play Boston. We need Boston and Atlanta to get them boys. Get them. But then we win tonight. We'll be 1 game behind them jokers. And if they lose tonight, they lose to Boston. We probably still be a game. I don't know if we win the cup, we're gonna have to play OKC. I'm so excited about this shit, this cup shit. Where's Mario for real? I hope we win this thing tomorrow. I hope we win this cup tomorrow, and we just play OKC. It's all about sizing up. I just want to see where we at with them. I want to see where the Knicks compete with OKC. So when that thing is over, Shot Powers and everybody, we'll be like, we need to do this. I think we match up well against them. Now I don't know if we deeper than they are, which I don't think so.
Let's see how far we can move forward with this movement against against Orlando, because the prelude to the finals could be this cup game. You know what I mean? The cup game.
I agree. By the way, it looks like Wemby is playing in the game.
Yeah.
Versus OKC.
Saturday.
That's gonna be crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that's gonna be crazy. That's another dude. He's a phenom.
As
man.
far
That's
as this, what I'm reading right now.
Yeah, sort of the same thing.
So he's playing. That means him, De'Aaron Fox, and Vassell, and all them guys. It's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a good game.
God.
I hope. I know. I'm not gonna front. I hope the Knicks get to play them. I hope the Knicks get to play them. Win or lose, I hope we get to play OKC in that cup. Cause that could be the NBA finals.
That's not Rocky right there. You see, you cut him. You cut him. That's
you know why I want to see it for this reason. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I want to see this so bad. I want to see how Anunoby plays against Jalen Williams. I want to see how Mikal plays against SGA because they probably throw Mikal because of the length, just the length, the long arms. And then you got Hartenstein and Mitch. You got Cat and Holmgren. This shit gonna be crazy, bro. I'm serious. Yep. I think we match up well against them. I think people not giving Knicks credit how deep they are. I think I starting five can fuck with anybody in the NBA. Starting five.
So you believe he switches the lineup then and changes it, or does he keep the lineup the same?
I think he keeps the same. I think he keeps the same. I think he goes. Okay. I don't think Brunson. I think Brunson might guard. I don't think that he might guard. Who's they two guard on there? That team?
They're two guard. What's his
Starts
face?
with a W.
The other.
If anybody know who the two guard is on the OKC, put it in the chat. If you know it offhand, right quick, let me have to go on there and look it up on the computer. But I don't think they put Brunson on SGA. That's the reason I put Mikal. I thought they might say if Mikal playing a two, put Mikal, at least let him guard SGA and let Brunson guard their two, depending on who their two is. That's why
they're gonna hunt Brunson either way. That's just the way that is. They're gonna hunt him.
But I would love to see.
Is it Mitchell? No.
Is it one of the Williams boys? No,
is it AJ Mitchell or is it?
Is it my man? What's the brother Caruso? Is Caruso start for them?
No, he's off the bench.
No,
but I think
he's off the bench.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's Wallace or Mitchell.
I think it's the Wallace guy. I think it is.
Or Mitchell plays the two guard.
I thought it was Wallace.
Do you
no,
think,
but you know what? Casey Wallace is hurt, so. I think they've been playing AJ Mitchell there at the two guard.
Okay.
So that's what I want to see. That's why I think they might throw Jalen Brunson from a defense side of the ball. I'm only speaking of defense. They might let Jalen Brunson guard Mitchell and let Mikal guard SGA, at least on the defense side. Then I
agree with that too.
And then I think they throw Anunoby on Jalen Williams, Josh Hart on, depending on who they power forward is. Because it's Holmgren and
Holmgren is the four. Holmgren
the four.
They don't start.
Yeah, Holmgren is the four. So that OG got to play. OG got to play Holmgren, and
Hart on Taylor Williams,
and Cat's got to play Hartenstein.
Okay, that's gonna be a good game.
I'm comfortable with Cat. I'm comfortable with Cat and iHeart, and I'm comfortable with OG and Holmgren. I want to see what they do with stopping SGA. I guess that would be Mikal.
And, so then remember something. Big Cat did get to the Western Conference Finals against them dudes too, right?
Damn right.
He beat Jokic. Then I think he played them. I think Minnesota played them in the Western Conference Finals. So Cat got a kind of familiarity with playing them dudes over there. It's gonna be interesting. That's why I want to see this cup thing so bad. I just want to see Knicks and OKC. Straight up, that's gonna be a killer. That's gonna be. I don't think I'm worried about not having Deuce McBride and Shaman. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. I don't give nobody. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
But they
what's the latest on Deuce anyway? What's the last report?
Also, they're very deep. OKC's deep. If you don't have Deuce and Shaman, that is a big deal.
He got a sprained ankle, but he won't. He'll be back maybe in a week or something. Reevaluate him or something like that. He's not too far off though.
Hold on, I just read something.
He'll definitely, from what I last seen, he'll definitely miss these two games and be reevaluated. I guess after the next two games.
Okay. Wow,
that hurts quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does, man. Deuce was having a phenomenal year, bro. And that's
I think at that point we should play the Spurs.
But that was another thing I was thinking about the money. Even though Duke got a couple of years left, He about to get a bag from the Knicks, not a big bag, but he about to get Mitch money. Deuce McBride about to get about $15 million, 12, 14 million. That's why I always kind of talk about this money stuff. It's crazy, man, because it's like everybody, if he pop, he gonna get money. Mitch get money. Who else might get money? I don't know. It's gonna be crazy, bro. This salary shit, but it's gonna be good.
There's so much things that's gonna happen, man. Who knows if Cat stays here because of all this money, not because of his skills.
Do y'all think he's signing?
How much money we got to give out?
Hey, Shop out. He's due for a century right now, ain't he?
They could have. He doesn't necessarily have to get one. His money gonna keep going up no matter what. They can wait till his last year to give him an extension, just to so they don't have to be I mean I think he's got
October or something. Let me see.
Yeah, he got a little bit of more time before they can really give him a nice little offer, something like that. It won't be. He got this year, next year. So this year is 53, I think it is, and the next one is 63, 67, something.
63, I thought 63 or something like that.
Next year he's 57 million.
Then after 57, and then after that he got a 63. Then right.
Yeah,
right.
But I
63, and then the year after that it's 107.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not I don't want to say 100. How the money? I mean, how are they going to work the money? Because they could have, but they didn't have to. If that makes sense, I think because of the money, and I mean they can wait around to wait till they get some extra money for him, so they can make sure that he get the extended money. I think all the money that's already on the books, like all these extensions that's going to go up and everything, I think that money's already fixed into the books. I think, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, they are under contract. They are on the books, but that is it's the cap hit. It's the cap hit that's on the books, but. Like next year, that's gonna be crazy. Yo, in 2028, Carl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, alone. Carl Towns 61, OG 45, Brunson 40, Mikal 36, and Josh Hart 22. 200 million for 5 players.
That answers the question fully. The answer is no. He is not coming back. Sorry.
5 players. But Josh Hart got a club option though. But even then, Pacone Dede got a club option that year, $5 million cap hit, and Tyler Kohler got a $3 million, almost $2.5 million cap hit. But damn, that's like 105. Cat and OG alone make 106 million together, and then you add another 76 with Brunson and Mikal. Then you add another 22 with Josh. That's $200 million, yo.
Damn, I remember like last year when we had an opportunity to pick up
a lot of money, bro. And that's what I was saying. I'm like, how this shit gonna work? I understand you could go into the luxury tax. I understand, but man, I don't think they want to go there, bro. And that's a lot of money to put out for 5 guys. You haven't even built up. You're gonna be building out your roster with $2 million player for the next 4 years, 5 years. That's why they got to win this shit now. They got to win it now. But because I think once Brunson contract is up, and people forget about this here too, Shop House and everybody. I think Jalen Brunson took that pay cut. He'd get that 200-something million on the back end.
Yeah.
Or more. Whatever
he's gonna get that. That's why he said, I'll get it later. But Jalen
Brunson got a couple of commercials too. Yep. He got a couple of Dunkin' Donuts and he got a Kids commercial too. He did some stuff with Wu-Tang and all that other stuff.
Right, the Wu-Tang thing. He got the podcast. He got the podcast out.
I mean, they make money.
I don't think that Jalen Brunson will do that twice. Just like Randall ain't do it twice. Listen, I helped you dudes out already. You know,
a few people in life get signed and they end up feeling like they've been there forever. Brunson feels like that for me. That signing feels like he's been a Knick. He's a Knick ingrained in my life. I don't even picture him at Dallas.
Yeah, I
want him to end his career with us, winning chips.
He's not Walt Clyde Frazier, modern Walt Clyde Frazier.
Yeah, no, he definitely not Walt Clyde Frazier.
He will be. He win them chips.
Yes,
he will. He will.
He win them chips. You let Jalen Brunson get a chip in New York.
Will he be Earl the Pearl?
He's already one of the greatest point guards ever. He only been here 4 years.
Right.
Him and Clyde, the best 2 point guards ever walked in New York City.
I'm 100% with you.
And
Yeah,
if
he's
he
knocked
would have,
Melo's. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
yeah. He's already knocked Melo's games out. No, it's 30-point games and stuff like that. Yep,
Yeah.
already.
I like Melo, but Melo, it did something to the team because we had a lot of good players. I don't want to get into it. It's too much.
I understand.
We had a lot of good
You know
players.
what I know about that? Let me piggyback on that. I'm glad you brought that up. People forget about this though. Every one of them players that the Knicks traded for Carmelo and Anthony, they ain't had no good careers. They was the Knicks were playing good basketball at that time. They traded them
Right at the time.
But-
no doubt.
Them players like Tyson Chandler, no. Timothy Mozgov, no. Raymond
No.
Felton, no.
No, right. Wilson Chandler, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But what I'm
tell you
saying
what.
to you is we wait instead of alligating to his whatever he wanted, then the team around him would have been different. That's all I'm saying.
Team did. I'm gonna tell you something. To me, Nick Nation and Jay Chill never entered. If Maurice Stoudemire don't punch that fire extinguisher,
Shit! Don't bring it up.
Chauncey Billups don't hurt that back, and that they wipe the Boston out. But Melo was giving Boston like 40 and 10 a game in that playoff series. But my man Stoudemire punches the fire, man, and Chauncey Billups go down with a bad back. We just could never catch breaks in New York. Instead of Steph Curry, we got what's my man name?
Don't say it. It was Jordan.
We can never catch. You know what? We didn't get to see Patty Ewing play with Bernard King because he hurt his knee. We just been having so much bad luck in New York when it comes to this shit, man. I'm like,
man.
And then we get Melo, right? Melo's in the era with LeBron James and Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. It's like never get that break in New York. It's like
they get Curry and we get the wrong Jordan.
So that's it's crazy being a New York fan because we done been through so much stuff, man.
Yeah, it's tough here. It's definitely tough here because even when we draft, you look at it as analysts. There's so many more analysts on the eyes of the Knicks just being in New York. Period.
Facts.
And I think a lot of GMs have allowed that to intimidate them because all the times we've always taken the player in which has always been suggested in these orders instead of really evaluating the talent and taking the player that is really probably the better player. You know what I mean? Because I believe, right? How did it work out that year when SGA got drafted? Who did we take?
Right.
Who knows? Well, I don't remember.
I think it was what's his name, right? What's his name? The light skin kid that's out the league now. Didn't he go in the same thing? I can't think of his name right now. Because remember, he was here for 2-3 years, but and then we moved him.
Fortnite dude.
What's his name? I'm Kevin.
Kevin Knox.
Kevin Knox. It was Kevin Knox, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Knox, right? Yeah, it was Kevin Knox. It was Kevin Knox, if I remember correctly, right?
I hate talking about
Right?
Talking about Knicks drafts are like talking about ex-girlfriends. They hurt.
Yeah.
One thing I wish they should have did though. One thing I can say this here though. I'm gonna tell you that Melo, Porzingis, and Robin Lopez front line. They should have moved that the next year. They should have came back with that team the next year. I think they traded him for Derrick Rose, but that Porzingis and Robin Lopez front line, Brook Lopez brother. They complement each other because Porzingis had that outside game anyway, and Brook Lopez should be down there battling it inside, man. Him and Melo needs to get. I thought they should have let that shit rent one more year and see if they could have got another piece to go around that. I thought they had a good shot of doing something then, but then they traded. I think they traded Robin Lopez for Derrick Rose. Am I not mistaken?
I believe
Phil hurt us.
Yeah, it hurt us, man. That thing hurt us
bad because
Phil hurt us.
Great underneath the basket with Porzingis being able to float around and do
that shit was crazy, like bro. They had a good. They could have did something right that team. But we know
who did we take? Who did we take instead of Mitchell? What was it? Mitchell. What's his name for Cleveland? Yeah, remember? Same. To break. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? I don't want to just say this because it's not just the Knicks. If you go back and you take a look at a lot of places like the Nets. Look, the Nets picked, and then Jordan went to where he went. You know, you look at a lot of these places, but we constantly do it. It's like horrible. But
And-
Curry went one before us or one after us?
Before.
Right. So we
Hickle won,
did
Hickle
trade
won,
up.
y'all. That Kevin Knox deal, even though no one was crazy to me, we took Kevin Knox over Miles Bridges in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I can tell you even more than we that
Mhm.
night. I get that. Oh
That
my
was crazy.
God.
I'm like, Miles Bridges, and they talking about they like the way. And I like Kevin Knox. I thought the boy can get buckets. I remember when he dunked on Ben Simmons. I thought that was a nasty dunk that year in the NBA. He came down and threw it on Ben Simmons. I was like, oh, Kevin Knox, and but like I said,
But his own head coach said he wasn't ready to go.
he's ready to go. Yep.
His own head coach said it. You know what I mean? So, but we were like, nah, let's take him. So I don't know. We don't, you know what I mean? It sets us back too many years. When you miss like that, that sets you back. And I think a lot of times these new GMs, because of what this new CBA is, unfortunately, I know we have championship, full championship aspirations. But unfortunately, the way that this new bargain agreement is that moving forward, you got to kind of get young talent that's cheap and on the bargain and make it work for you. You still got to have, because the league is set up, you know what I mean, so that small markets as well. So even though we're in a big market, we still need to have, I believe we still need to have the mentality like we're a small market team and play some of these, develop some of these youth and actually utilize them. Because you look at the most productive teams a lot of times, even like in the NFL, a lot of times it's that first 4 years of that starting quarterback, right? Because why? Because you got to pay everybody and what's in here. So money affects it. So, affects it so much that I just think that we, you know what I mean? Like what Brown is doing in a sense now, implementing salt and pepper in them in there. It may, you know what I mean? Sometimes it seems a little radical, but I think it was Loki said it right best. I consider experience. So you need, you know what I mean? These guys need to be in there. And listen, that's why I'm so big about this. I like the tournament because, like you say, when the lights are shining, you know what I mean? We want to know who's going to shine the brightest. Let's run with it.
And I think you hit a great point with that, and that's why I think what Shaw Powell was talking about earlier. I mean, literally, to lead into what you said about. That's why I can understand why they were talking about the Mitch thing with Hot Porty, because they now the Hot Porty becomes that not replacing Mitchell Robinson's talent, but he replaces his spot because he on a low budget income and he can help because he's growing through the system. Like Tyler Cole, don't get me wrong. I think Tyler Cole is going to be the backup point guard next year if the Knicks don't trade him. I literally think Tyler Cole will get the New York Knicks backup point guard next year. I believe that. I believe that. So and that's why I said, but and with all them big ass contracts they got, you need them $2 million players. See, that's why I'm like, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, DeWara will be the New York Knicks backup power forward next year. I think his talent gonna put him there. He's gonna go in the off season, work out, get a little bulkier,
bulk up.
He coming for that spot next year. I think he gonna be the backup power forward in New York next year, in my opinion. I think that young man gonna go in the off season. Remember, this guy's a rookie, young boy, 20 years old, is coming over here, trying to learn the NBA game after playing in Europe for all these years. Hot Porty after playing in Germany and all that.
That's right.
These kids gonna go in the next year. See, that's why Tyler Cole is seasoned this year. He came in last year. He had to learn the nuances of the NBA because the college ain't NBA. They growing at it's no boys allowed.
Right.
He was a boy coming in the NBA last year. Now
he had a coach that didn't want to play him and help him out along.
I don't know if that was the kid. I don't know if the Tibbs didn't want to play him. I thought Tibbs had veterans in front. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. If Deuce McBride and Shaman do without, Tyler Cole's not playing now. I don't even think what they did. I think they running with these guys who, when I get in the situation, they understand the game of basketball. They've been doing it for so long. Like, one thing you could say about a veteran guy, he done seen everything. Like Tyler Cole last year, he didn't see what Campaign seen. Campaign been in the league for a long time. He know everybody's schemes. He know everybody's movement. He done played against this guy for about 4. So that's I think it's more about that. Because listen, RJ played his rookie year. Grimes played his rookie year. Deuce played his rookie year. He go on. Tiz play. Obi played his rookie year. Quickly played his rookie year.
But they were picked higher as well.
They were first round picks.
They were
too.
picked up higher as well.
I understand that, but not my man. Not Obi. I'm talking about guys like Grimes was down there too. He was only 20-something pick. Grimes was a 20-something pick in the NBA, and Quickly was down in the 20-something pick, 25th, 27th,
25, 26, somewhere in there, right?
They weren't any lottery picks or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, I think Tibbs last year, after they got to the Eastern Conference semis, they was on a mission after that. They was on a mission. I'm going to run with these guys who know the game. Maybe that's his fault, though. I agree with you. Maybe that's his fault, but that's what he did. He felt like he needed to run with guys who knew the NBA because look what happened when we got in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
Cat folded. All of them folded.
Yo, what's the big man that got traded over for the Lakers right now?
Oh, Ayton.
So the funny thing about that, so I want to bring this up really quick because we brought it up earlier. So who's DeAndre Ayton drafted by? Do you know?
Phoenix.
Oh, he was Phoenix.
No, the Lakers. Right?
Okay.
Right. So he gets drafted by the Lakers, gets moved. Yeah. Now he's back with the Lakers. Second person picked that year, Marvin Bagley. Third, Luka Doncic. Third was Luka Doncic.
They traded for Trae Young.
Triple J. Fifth,
Trae Young. And they traded Trae Young for Luka Doncic.
Then from Oklahoma, traded from he went to Oklahoma,
Dallas to
traded Oklahoma, traded to the Hawks. Okay, the Dallas to the Hawks. Then Mohamed Bamba, right? The Magic. Wendell Carter, Colin Sexton, Kevin Knox.
Wow.
I want you to, I'm about to say something. I want you to really hear this. Okay, you ready? The next picks were these in order. Mikal Bridges. Okay, I just want to say that out loud. Don't have to make trades for him or nothing. You could have picked them. SGA.
I knew SGA.
Miles Bridges.
Yep.
Michael Porter Jr. Now I'm passing by a couple of people that were like Troy Brown or what Zaire Smith. Dante DiVincenzo, Kevin Herter, Josh Okogie. So out of all those people behind the guy we picked, Mikal, SGA, Miles, Michael Porter Jr., Dante DiVincenzo. We could have picked any of those people, and that's just the first row. I don't even want to tell you who's in the second row. So
I just looked at it.
That back then we had listen, Steve Mills. Does he know what it was? There were James Dolan boys. So now the best thing ever happened to this organization, I don't care what nobody can convince me wrong, is the minute they signed Deion Rose and Tom Thibodeau. Best thing ever happened to this franchise in the last so many years.
That's a fact.
Prior to that,
change the whole perspective.
Man, they bought in. They bought in a business ran organization. See, under Mills and don't let me get wrong. I gotta give my man Scott Perry some credit because Scott Perry drafted Mr. Robinson. He kept all the picks. That's the only one thing I give. One thing I give Phil Jackson is that the only thing he said we are not getting rid of these picks. And we wound up having a boatload of them. And then Scott Perry came in and carried on tradition. So that's why we were able to have guys like Mikal Bridges now because we kept all them picks, all of them. And
who else we could have got?
Oh my God!
Who went in the second round? Jalen Brunson.
You know what's crazy? Jalen Brunson. They picked Mikal and Josh Hart before Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
Ain't that shit crazy? Oh, like damn.
His whole slew was about him being 6'2", him being a smaller guard. They didn't know how he was going to translate. I'm glad we got him. He looking good to me.
Oh man!
I always say it ain't the size of the dog; it's the fight the dog.
He looking good to
me. Damn right. I've seen a lot
of the fight the dog. For real.
I've been a lot of places where big guy be talking a lot of crap, and little dude just take one baka, and that big guy is snoring like this on the ground.
That's the real shit. This is so funny shit. What happened one time? One day we was at the Meadowlands. I was the Giant game. Me and my boss, right? So we was up on the halftime. You know, they all going around the thing, pub, you know, drinking and smoking and all that. And this little motorcycle dude, listen, he couldn't be about this tall, like 4'1". This 6 foot something dude was talking. This little dude ran up to him. What? Wow! And the dude let the dude beat it. I'm like, listen, dude, you let that. But then I learned that day, though. Like, and not only that, I had a little cocker spaniel. I used to tell shop, I had a little cocker spaniel dog. Well, go after any dog you name. I don't care how big it was. That little cocker spaniel would tear you. I was like, every single time, like, it's all about the heart, man. If you know, and that's what I like about Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson got heart. I love this team. Josh Hart got heart. Ananobi got heart. Mr. Robinson got heart. Cat got heart. That's what I love about this team so much, because they all got heart in them. They go play. Prior to a lot of teams, we didn't have heart in that team, but this team, they come at you though. They come at you. They not like them thugs that they like them hard cats on the block, but they live in the neighborhood. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it might not be the one standing on the block, but they live in the neighborhood. And that's what I love about
They're like 2 blocks away. Their grandmother's house is a block and a half away.
Jalen Brunson be bullying cats. You don't even know that Jalen Brunson bullying them, man.
The captain be captaining, baby. I got to run, gentlemen. But hey.
I was just, you must have read, because I was just about to say, we just ran a Ron today, Divine. We were like 3 hours and some change. We just ran. I just looked at it. I got to get ready to go too.
Yeah, listen.
Big shout out.
Tomorrow. Hey, great conversation, great energy. I love it, man. Everything about the day, man. I love it, man. That's why I love to get the energy in here. We discuss good topics and talk about this here, man. Because at the end of the day,
we don't do that often.
I'm
on my ranch. I'm on my ranch. At the end of the day, we still Knicks fans.
Facts.
I had a great time. See, when you're having a good time,
you know what I mean? Yeah, for real. Until then, I ain't drinking no breast milk. Which
I'll tell you what, I might.
Yo, I'm still like,
hold up though. If it made me good at Josh Hart, I had to think about it.
Yo, you remind me when Snoop was on the thing, Steve Harvey, he hosts what is that? The game show,
Family Feud.
Family Feud,
and they were doing the final thing, and Snoop was up there, and the thing was pie in the what? And Snoop said horse. Pie in the horse.
Like what?
By the way,
for sure.
I go on that one because I'm like, I'm thinking you about to say something like. And I'm like, I don't know what the breast milk that he was saying. I don't know.
No.
I'm gonna remember this stream with the breast milk about Josh Hart and drinking breast milk. Josh Hart, you need to watch this episode.
No, he got milk. Got milk.
By the way, same draft. Brunson goes 33. Who goes 32nd? Anyone take a guess? Boom, 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 boom.
Coach Josh Hart.
Mitch Robinson.
That's right. He was 32nd. That's right. Scott
Right before Jalen Brunson. Wow.
Check it out.
Just food for thought.
Dots connected. Yeah, the dots are connected.
Right. See what I'm saying? You guys brought up something. I went deep diving with a little bit of breast milk, and I went, whoop.
Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson all was in that one draft.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The whole
I would have never thought about
must
that,
have been
man.
crying like hell. And then man, think about who we picked. If we pick Mitch Robinson's great. Maybe we make a trade, we pick up Jalen then, but he was 6'2". But who we could have gotten
none
in
of
the first round.
None of those guys would have been the guys that we got right now. They're all seasoned now.
You're right about that. If we pick up SGA, then we never have Brunson.
We might have traded him for something else.
Yeah, right. Because
SGA,
you know that SGA got traded immediately.
Hopefully, he get to see what's up next Tuesday. Don't worry about it.
There's no doubt about that. SGA got traded immediately to the Clippers.
Jalen Brunson getting that ring in New York, ladies and gentlemen. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Jalen Brunson walking out of New York with a ring. And
with a ring and about $500 million. Promise.
Go around. Go ahead, Knicks.
Your lips to God is.
Yep.
Yes, gentlemen,
Again,
I'm out.
yep.
Appreciate
All
it.
right,
See
no
y'all
further.
guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 4:30,
We'll
my
check.
man.
No doubt. It'll
Yeah.
be a
All right,
long
man.
day between y'all, Ron, your guys.
Yeah.
It'll be a long day.
Right,
We
that's
did some
right.
days.
That's right.
It's been a weekend.
It's
But
gonna
good
be a
though.
long. I'm gonna be on everything. I'm gonna try to get on everything. Jay, what about you, Jay?
Yes.
Tomorrow I'll probably do the morning. It's kind of a thing now. I'll probably do the morning. Then what time you guys are?
4:30 to
Probably
pregame.
about 3:30.
I'll be on. I'll probably rock with Ron a little what,
Yeah, I'll probably be on
and
there
then I'll
too.
hop on with you for sure.
Yeah,
sure.
But definitely for sure. I gotta write it down though, because my brain will be overloaded by you know what I mean. Like so.
Man, you ain't
You
like
said
you ain't like
4:30.
Ron.
4:30.
You
It's
ain't
that
like me and
breast
Ron.
milk, bro. The breast
I was
milk
about
in
to
my
say that
brain
breast
messed
milk,
up.
baby. That
You ain't
breast
like
milk,
me and Nick
baby.
Nation. You shouldn't be having senior moments yet.
Yeah, I'll be.
I'm
I'll
getting them
be
shit like
50.
crazy right now. I'm like, damn.
I'll be 50 in 3 months. So
Senior moments like a month. I'm like, damn. Did I forget this?
yo,
Don't worry.
yo,
I'll welcome you to the club that morning.
Right.
I'm gonna be on you. Hey, welcome to the club.
You get to the
Yeah.
club. You and Chop Powell. Powell, what's up? You forgot
What-
that.
what-
That's
you
it,
gonna
man.
be
We
your
be
next
on
birthday?
tomorrow. Great conversation, gentlemen. I just wanted to say that, and I
Yep.
noticed that through the chat because the chat was very involved. So thank you guys
Yeah.
for coming on
Always,
and
brothers.
giving your opinions about the best way to move the Knicks forward. With that being said, Divine, salute to you always. Salute to the family in chat. We'll be on tomorrow. It'll be a long day tomorrow, so we'll see you later.
Let's get it.
Yes, gentlemen.
That's
Let's
why
get
we
it.
call it the gear up. We gearing up for tomorrow. Peace, everybody. Thank y'all for
Peace,
coming on
everybody.
my great show.
No
Salute to the
doubt.
chat.
Great
Peace,
show,
peace.
great
Man.
show, great show.
Peace.
Great show,
That's real
guys.
talk.
Let's get it. We out of here. Pre-game show intro. Here we go. I'm going. I know my wife like, where my husband at?
You are now about to witness
Knicks Real Talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't news on YouTube, frugal with stats as usual. Fact is your man, the brand is hands on, going hard like calluses. Who style this? Aiming at your mental with the game analysis on a pregame show. Read the script, you know we get it like crypto in the rip though. I side really cryptic, we locked them from the get go. On this Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT drip club leading up to tip off. We flew like confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like our charm. We a cheat code, we rolled the bar too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Prior to Knicks going to the wire, hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, so we popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. So picture the photo of your bro to the lens of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding in the orange blue sky. And Metropolitan, we connect in the vest go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms of passion. Fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick Kid assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire! He's on fire! He's on fire!